Okay, before we start, I just want to dedicate this episode to Zhang Lang,
To Zhang Lang, this one's for you,
the
Zhang.
Wolf Warrior.
The Wolf Warrior. Alright. Spreading bullshit, whatever the cost. But the translation's been lost. Damn it! Damn it! It was a good idea, and I do think it would sound better with the mandolin if I played it up there, but I just need to learn where the chords go. I played it the octave up, by the way, for anyone who didn't notice, and I fucked up the chords. But whatever, fuck it.
Oh well.
Here we go. I'm still in a good mood. I don't give a shit.
It's still going to be the best goddamn episode we've ever done on the Translation Lost podcast.
And what do we do on the Translation Lost podcast?
We watch foreign language movies with no subtitles because we're fucking crazy and we don't care. We'll stab you.
Shoot you in your car.
So, Dara, how was your week?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good, man.
Ah, fuck it. I'm already going to take the mic out.
You're just picking it.
It's one of those days.
Yeah.
It's one of those
Fuck
days.
it.
You
Fuck
grab
it.
the mic.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm Dara, by the way.
I'm Brian.
Yeah. How was my week? Yeah, it was grand. I did one extra work day yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I noticed.
Yeah. I had band practice on Tuesday.
And today.
Yeah, we're fucking flying on that front. Been a busy week, I'd say.
It would be great if we could finish a song.
Yeah, it would be really great if we got even one of them down.
Yeah.
But the one that we started today
Was like the fastest we've gotten.
gotten like made some progress with the song. So it's clear that we're settling into it now, which is
It's
nice.
been like what, 5 years since I played drums?
Yeah, something
Nearly,
like that,
something crazy.
Yeah. You still have to get your drum kit back. Once you do that, I feel like we'll be fucking golden. But
hopefully I can get it done before the end of this week.
yeah, that would be sweet. Yeah,
Yeah.
ideal. But you are going away to Japan, so there isn't really
7
that
days.
much pressure. Yeah, 7
To the other side of the
days.
world for 2 weeks on my own. Well, with one other person.
Yeah.
For the longest time I've ever been away.
We didn't look up any fucking info, did we?
On the movie,
Yeah.
it was directed by
Yeah.
Wu Jing.
That's it.
He
That's
did
all I
like
know.
everything.
He did everything. That's all we need to know. It doesn't matter. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway. How was your week?
Bit of sizzle.
Yeah.
My week's been busy because of band practice and like sorting out Japan shit, like bank stuff. That's
Yeah.
always fun.
Yeah.
When you have to go into your bank and be like, I don't know how any of this works. And the bank person looks at you and they're like, you fucking idiot. You're like an adult. You should get this.
Yeah, man. I had to go into a bank recently and like start a new bank account.
Oh, that's always fun.
It was such a long, tedious process. I had no idea. I thought I'd just go in and be like, here's my info, here's my passport. Can you set this shit up, please? And then I ended up like not getting paid for like 2 weeks because of it. So that was a fucking nightmare.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
Yeah, it was no good. That was a while ago though. But I am also skint this week.
Yeah,
Because I got
yeah.
back from Amsterdam last week.
Oh,
or
yeah,
the week before.
that'll wipe you out.
Yeah, so I'm still recovering slightly from that. Can't wait to see how you go on when you're back from Japan.
Well, I've got I'll be getting paid when I come back.
Yeah.
For the 2 weeks that I missed, so
Yeah,
that's not too bad.
Yeah.
I'll have a
pretty
bit
sweet.
of pocket money when I get back.
Yeah. You'd need it.
Yeah, because I'm probably going to spend a lot of money in Japan.
I can imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You buy like
Liberally.
yeah. You buy some crazy shit. Like just looking around this room. I know I spend too much time describing this room that no one else can see,
Yeah.
but you've got a lot of like figures and models and
Now,
stuff.
The models are about maybe 40 quid a pop.
What?
So they're not like crazy.
I mean,
And each one is like maybe 10 to 15 hours of work.
Yeah, hang on. Can I just say, it's all well and good to be like, oh, it's only 40 quid a pop, like that's not too bad. But you've got so many. You've loads. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
The smaller ones are like 15.
Okay, well that's
Yeah.
not so bad, I guess. But still, look, it's a hobby.
And
I
if
can't
most
judge
of
you
them
for it.
were like, most of the time I'm just at Christmas, I'm like, just get me those models.
Yeah.
Like that's
yeah.
a really good gift. There's tons of them out there, and I'll just make them.
Yeah.
I have another one over there that I never made because it was too old. It was like from the 90s, and it really just wasn't good.
Oh, like it wasn't.
The
it
quality
wasn't
of the
holding together?
plastic was really bad, and it wasn't. So I just never got to make it. And it was a really cool looking one. It was like the green one, but purple and like
Huh.
spiky, and it
That's-
looked cool. But I couldn't
That's a shame.
put it together.
Well, at least you can parade the box proudly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
I'm gonna
all
crack
the
open
boxes
this monster.
All the boxes are up in the attic.
Oh yeah.
They take up space pretty fucking quick. They're like this. This is the small one.
Oh, that's a box from one
That's
of
a
the
box
thing.
from one of them. That's the small box.
Right, and he's
The big
referring
one is
he's
like-
referring to the box that he's using to like balance the mic stand on.
Yes.
And
yeah.
now he's using nothing to balance the mic
Yeah,
stand. He's
I'm
holding
sitting
it
up.
again.
I'm sitting up.
Yeah. By the way, I've been here for quite a while. That's
Yeah,
another
we've been
thing.
hanging out.
Yeah, we've been chilling. I usually come here on a Saturday, as frequent listeners would know, just after work. But it's a Thursday, and yeah, we've been having a good day, man. We
Yeah, we
practiced.
practiced music.
We got some KFC.
We did get some
Yeah,
KFC. That was
yeah.
pretty good.
We arrived here. Your mother then made some more popcorn chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you made that delightful dip
Yes.
with the like mayo and the lemon
It's
and the
all right.
pepper.
Here's the secret. Here is the secret recipe for the best goddamn mayonnaise you'll ever have.
The secret recipe is those three things I just said.
Yeah, it's mayonnaise. Throw a bit of lemon juice in there. Like maybe go 2 parts mayonnaise to 1 part lemon juice, and black pepper, and just whisk it all around so it gets like soft and fluffy.
And it was savage. I have to
Yeah, it's
say.
really good.
Yeah.
It's like tangy. It's nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. Oh, here's another thing I wanted to talk about. I haven't mentioned to
You're
you.
not coming through the mic at all.
How?
What's the?
The thing, I watched Kill Bill 1 and 2 yesterday.
For the first time?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was pretty dope. That's what I did in work. I downloaded them because I don't have credit. I don't have any data at the moment. So I downloaded them onto my phone and I just watched them both. And it was awesome. It was so cool.
They're really good movies.
Yeah, they were dope as fuck. Question though. Right? Maybe you'll know the answer to this because I'm curious. Why do you not find out the bride's name for so long? What's the idea behind it?
You just don't.
You just don't?
Yeah.
Because I was with it, like when they were like bleeping out her name and stuff, I was like, oh, that's cool. But then when you just find out at the end, I was like, why
okay.
why the mystery?
Wasn't much of a reveal.
It wasn't that much of a reveal. It was a little bit of a reveal. Well, I guess I'm not gonna really spoil it. Look, can I spoil it? Who gives a fuck?
Dude,
This
that
movie's
movie's
so old.
so
It's so old.
So
Yeah,
old.
like the reveal. It's like a half reveal. The reveal is that her name is actually Beatrix Kiddo,
Yeah.
and Bill's been calling her Kiddo the whole time, and you just think he's calling her Kiddo as like an endearing thing because he's like a super old dude.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, that's actually her name.
But I
Well,
think
that was
that's
kind of underwhelming.
I think it's supposed to like make you realize that Bill's not actually as good of a guy as we thought. He's not saying it endearingly. He's just calling her by her second name.
Yeah, which is kind of I suppose okay. I
That
can
kind
get
of gives
behind
an
that.
air of like I am your superior.
It'd be like if I called you Grant all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. Sorry for shouting out your surname.
that's my second name.
Yeah. You
I
can just
don't care.
bleep it if you want.
I don't care.
You can bleep it. It would be kind of funny if you bleeped it, to be honest.
I am not doing that.
Yeah. Fuck that. That's a lot of effort.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but they were good movies. I enjoyed them.
Dara Eaton. There.
Dara
Now
Eaton.
we're
No,
even.
I don't give a fuck. My name is like it's a weird source of pride for me because there's so few other Dara Eatons.
Yeah.
There's like very few.
I've only ever met one.
Yeah, right. I've never met another either. I've met I'm currently friends on Facebook with a girl in America called Dara Eaton.
I'm friends with a guy from Dublin called Brian. He just friended me one day. Brian Grant. Yeah.
That's pretty savage.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. Yeah. That's how it happened to me. She just friended me, and I was like, haha, that's kind of funny. But then when I was younger, when I was like 13 or 14, there was this American football coach called Dara Eaton who did quite well for himself. And if I googled my name, he would come up all the time. I've since buried him. Buried the fuck out of him. If you Google Dara Eaton, you get like
all your headshots and
my headshots and my SoundCloud and my Instagram.
That's good. You've got see if you Google Brian Grant, you get a 6'8" black man who plays basketball, which is safe to say possibly the polar opposite of me.
Yeah.
I mean, we both I play basketball sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Nowhere near, presumably, to the same.
I think he played
skill
for
level.
the Lakers, or
It would be incredibly convenient if he did play for the Lakers, because that's like the only team I know the name of.
He played for like an actual NBA team. Like he was an NBA player.
So he's legit, like.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. We just do it for fun.
Yeah,
None of
we
us are very good. That's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
Because when we play, if anyone like earlier in the week, I was invited to play football to celebrate Austin's fantastic results in his exams.
Congratulations to Austin.
And look, I wanted to celebrate with Austin. I did. But I fucking hate football. And I'm 21 years old. And I'm done being coaxed into playing football.
Yeah.
Because I never enjoy it. I don't think I've ever once enjoyed a game of football, like, properly. So I was just like, I'm not doing that. And I just finished work and stuff. And, and like, fuck that. And you see, the problem with football as well, in particular, is that there is an incredibly obvious skill divide.
In
the group. You
definitely.
know? Like, Austin and Evan are good. And then Finn is, like, better than I am. Possibly you. I don't know.
Oh, much better than me, probably.
And then there's, like, us, and we just suck.
I never played football.
Yeah, I never did either. So, like, that's no crack. It's just, do you want to meet up with your friends and just have them absolutely destroy you with this game?
Or just watch them play this game while you stand there.
Yeah, which is also no crack. Yeah. Whereas with basketball, it's like, none of us are really good at this.
With basketball, it's like,
Austin's a bit better. Yeah. He's not really... He's not great.
With basketball, it's also like, let's just all line up and see if we can get five in a row.
That took way too long.
Oh, it was so worth it though. For that pop at the end.
It was so worth it at the end. What happened was we were like standing in a certain formation, kind of like a semicircle formation, and the idea was that we would not stop until each of us got a basket consecutively without anyone missing, and it took, I'd say, like between 30 and 40 minutes.
Yes.
But it was so worth it. It was so worth it. The satisfaction level at the end, because when Evan hit the first one, right? And because Evan hit the first one, that meant that if everyone else got it, then Austin would be the one on the fifth shot, the final shot, the pressure shot. And once Evan hit his basket, Austin was like, okay, guys, I'm ready for this pressure shot. You better bring it my way. I'm ready for the pressure shot. And then we were all like, oh, he's ready. And so Finn was like, oh, well, if you're ready. And then he throws the basket and just sinks it. And I was like, oh, and then my turn next. I was like, well, we can't fucking disappoint. I throw and just sink it. It's over to you. You're like, oh, well, I guess we're going to have to give him the fucking pressure shot. Sinks it. And then Austin stands there for like quite a while, eyeing up this shot. He throws it. It bounces like off the rim upwards into the air and looks like it's about to fly off, and then just floop straight down. Oh man, it was beautiful. And it was beautiful because none of us are very good at basketball.
No, it was like, oh man, it was so worth the like. Yeah, it's just so great.
Yeah, and like, I'm never gonna get that kind of satisfaction from like winning a game of football. You know, if I'm on the team that wins a game of football, I'm gonna be like, well done, guys who are good at football. You did it for us. Well done. You know, that's no crack. Yeah. That's no good at all.
Whereas I find shooting on a goal less fun than shooting hoops.
Yeah, right. I don't know why. I've got no.
I always preferred basketball and like PE as well. Like,
when I was a kid, even But like I cannot kick a ball in a direction of my choosing. I can't do it. I'm incapable. I can try,
I don't have the technique now, and I hit my like toes off it, and it really hurts.
Yeah, we're pretty lame. Oh, I cut your hair earlier. That's another thing.
That's the thing that happened. Yeah, you cut my hair, and it looks pretty good.
I'm happy with it. I'm pretty satisfied.
I'm pretty happy with it.
It was a lot of pressure. I'm not gonna lie, because your mother was like sitting out in the sun, just beyond us, being like, "Don't cut too much off. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Don't ruin this." And I was like, "Oh my god, I could very easily ruin this," because we recently cut Finn's hair, but Austin was there too, and he was helping. And to be honest, he did quite a bit of the really difficult part, like like right at the bottom and getting the fade in and everything. So I was like, ooh, this is a lot of pressure, but I'm pretty happy with how it went.
Oh I think it went really well. This is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, I'm delighted.
It's nice and short.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I needed.
And you needed it for going for fucking
Japan. Because I had like quite thick curly hair.
Hair like a lion.
Hair like a lion.
Yeah. I'm never gonna change that lyric. I don't give a fuck.
Ah, no, it's cool. Yeah. It's still like a lion. It's like a lion if you gave a lion a dope haircut.
Yeah. There's pictures on my story right now of the before and after of the haircut. They will be gone by the time this is published, but I might just post them on my actual Instagram.
Where could you find that Instagram?
At Dari Eaton. It's a good thing we revealed my surname. Dauraeaton, no spaces. There's no sense in me coming up with a clever username for any social media because, again, there's not very many of us out there.
Yeah, you can follow us on Twitter as well.
Yeah, if you wanted to.
At TLostPod.
I think I may have deleted my Twitter app, to be honest.
I still have my Twitter. I'm at Postboy, and the O's in Post and Boy are zeros.
Yeah.
It's all caps.
Mine is, again, at Dari Eaton.
Yes, yeah.
There's no point. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I had come up with like a clever thing. Because sometimes I see people on Instagram, I don't know how they do it, but they change their handle. People like mix it up.
Yeah, you can do that in the sentence.
Yeah, and like some of them are real clever. You know, Connor Cody, he's a pretty cool artist. If anyone wants to look
him up. He
is
very good. Up. Yeah, he's a performance artist.
Yeah. He changes his frequently.
Yes.
I know a while ago it was like Coco to Cody, which I quite enjoyed.
That was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was like artsy fartsy fucking gay or something,
Yeah.
all with underscores, and I thought that was good. But he changes it quite frequently, and I'm like, man, I bet I could come up with a clever username, but I'm not really arsed.
I think the last time I saw him was like a year ago. We went out drinking.
Yeah,
he's a cool guy. Yeah.
He's a really cool guy.
Yeah, he's really nice.
I ran into him one day, not that long ago. I'd say it was like less than 6 months ago, probably. Well, it might have been more. But I went into Tully's, and he was just there, and he was just chilling on his own, and I just sat there with him for ages, just chatting, catching up. Hadn't spoken to him in ages. He's one of those guys that doesn't matter how long it's been since you've seen him, he's always happy to see you. It's really nice and refreshing. But anyway, enough about this guy no one else knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have anything else to talk about?
I watched Leatherface.
Oh yeah, you did.
The newest installment in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series. Now, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of my all-time favorite horror movies. It is legitimately a fantastic horror movie, very well made. Well crafted, you could say.
Ooh.
Good acting, good direction. Leatherface blows ass. Oh my god, this movie is so bad.
Oh.
It's the origin story of Leatherface. The character that really didn't need an origin story.
He's like the serial killer, is he?
He's one part of the family. He's the guy who wears the
hockey mask?
No, the skin mask.
Oh.
He's the guy with the chainsaw.
Oh. I thought that was the guy in the hockey mask.
No, that's Jason.
That's Jason.
From
He's
Friday
from a totally
the 13th.
different thing. I have not seen any of these films.
Yeah, you should watch the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's legitimately really good.
Yeah, I've heard you recommend. You've recommended it a couple times. So I might check it out. But I've never been much of a horror movie guy. So really?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'll have a look.
That's where I watched it.
Yeah, I'm not really a much of a fucking
horror movie guy.
No, I never have.
Yeah, I feel like
no.
You either are or you aren't. Like
yeah, well, like when I was young,
young,
like I was too scared to watch any, and then when I got a little older and I like tried watching one or two, I was like, these aren't scary.
It's interesting because when I was young, I was really scared of horror movies and gore. Gore, I couldn't watch movies with gore in them. And then I watched like Saving Private Ryan once, which is quite a gory movie. And I was like, oh, wait, I actually really like this. This is cool. And after that, I was just like, I'm going to find like gory-ass movies and watch those. And now I love it. I can't get enough. Give me all the blood.
That's got. Do you know what else I watched? 8 Mile.
Yeah.
I'd never seen 8 Mile.
Look.
If you had one shot. It's so good.
It's,
I knew it would be
it's a good
great.
movie.
I knew it would be, but it was so good.
Is that the one where a guy gets shot in the dick?
Yeah, kind of. He shoots himself in the leg, but he shoots himself in the leg while putting the gun back in his trousers. So it looks like he shoots himself in the dick.
Okay, because when I was like a young kid, everyone was like, dude shoots himself in the dick, man.
Yeah. But I thought he had for a long time, and it's possible that he did, but then in fucking B Rabbit or Eminem's like closing rap when he's like at the rap battle. B Rabbit, that's his name in it. Yeah, B Rabbit.
Why did I just assume that he was just Eminem in the movie?
No.
That would be ridiculous.
I thought he would be. To be honest, going in, I kind of thought he would be. Or I thought maybe that they like his name would be Marshall or something. You know, there'd be something like. But no, it's a totally made up character. Jimmy is his real name. Yeah, but he
I made a gesture. I realized that this is an audio podcast.
Yeah.
I find that a lot. I start nodding and then I'm like, oh wait, you have to like.
Yeah, you better actually say something.
So like while you're talking, I'll be like, yeah.
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 Yeah. I do that a lot too.
And I don't do that in real life, really.
No, you
No.
you tend to just nod and let people finish what they're saying. Yeah.
That's weird. I'd like we don't talk like this in real life, really.
Mm-mm.
There's pauses. There's like oh yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, we
That's the
allow
end of
for
the talk.
lulls. Like,
Yeah,
we're not just constantly trying to fill the space.
And that's what I do with other like podcasts that I listen to. I imagine that person pausing,
Yeah.
and it's always really weird. And then I'm like, that's what that person's probably like in real life.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's really, if we put more effort into this, we could just record it like way more casually, and then edit out the pauses. But I don't think I
Oh
want
my
to do
god,
that.
fuck
Yeah,
that.
I'm so not.
Oh my
arsed.
god, I'm
Like-
not that. Like that feels like a narcissistic thing to do. To go all the way through and edit out the pauses is such a like I need to look good thing.
Well, it's not even that. Like
Like-
it's just that I feel like the conversation would flow more naturally. Because sometimes I'm listening back to it and I'm like, yeah, I clearly there was just like a little bit of silence there, and I was like, no bullshit. Here's some
Yeah,
words.
yeah.
And
But like when you're talking to someone in real life, there's pauses all the time. It's weird that like it sounds worse when you're listening to it. You know what I mean? It's
well, in my personal experience, anytime I'm listening to a podcast and there's a pause, I'm like, fucking phone. I take it out and check and see if my headphones have come
Yeah,
out or
yeah,
something.
you
and
do
then
check if
they start
it's, like,
talking
frozen.
again, and I'm like, ah. Yeah, so it is a bit annoying. And I think that's
actually
why...
that's true. I was listening to a podcast last night and there was like a 5-second pause.
Oh, yeah.
And it made me look up and be like, what the fuck, is this like frozen?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it wasn't. It was just a pause and then they just started talking again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, 21 minutes in.
that's not too bad. I think it's time.
Oh, we can't ignore the elephant in the room
We
here.
can't, man.
We can't.
We've already referenced it.
We started the podcast in dedication to.
In memory, in loving honor of Wolf Warrior 2.
Wolf Warrior 2.
The first return to franchise of this podcast.
Of this podcast.
Yeah.
There will be more.
Yeah, you will remember, or some of you might remember, that a couple of weeks ago we watched. Listening was the exact opposite of what we
Yeah,
did. We
yeah,
watched.
we
We
watched.
watched Wolf Warrior 1, and we quite enjoyed it. We had some problems coming out of it, but overall, for our general
I think the
thoughts,
exact words were better than it had any right to be.
That's it exactly. Yeah. So like we were like, yeah, it lulled at a certain point, but it was pretty satisfying. And then we were like, we had some more time today than we normally do, so we were like, fuck it, let's go for a 2-hour movie. And frequent listeners to this podcast will know that we aim for an hour and 20 to an hour and 30. That's the sweet spot.
Because that fits with our otherwise we'd be doing the podcast way past midnight.
yeah, like
And you
too
have
late
work
at
the
night.
next day,
And
and
a lot of the
it's-
time, the films are just so shit
Yes.
that sitting through them, even for an hour and 20 minutes, feels
Oh, that
so
last one.
long. That last one.
No, let's not even bring it
Yeah,
up.
no,
Fuck
let's
that
not
movie.
talk
that
about
doesn't
that
deserve
one. Fuck it.
another mention.
So we went for this one, even though it was 2 hours long. And oh my god.
Oh my! Who's gonna say it? Are we both gonna say it at the same time?
Let's go for it.
This is one
Let's-
of the greatest action movies ever
Of all
made.
time. Of all time.
Of all time.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It was non-stop.
For 2 hours.
2 hours. 2 hours. And the only points at which there were not action, there was like genuine like drama or tension or character building. There was emotion,
Yeah.
like even like if it was mostly like guns and explosions and really cool combat, but then like a lot of like just feeling and and,
Yeah.
and heart.
Yeah.
This film had so much heart.
So, do you want to start with the list?
Yeah. Well, let's start with the list. Yeah. Okay.
So while we were watching the movie, I made a list called "Things That Wolf Warrior is Great At," and so this list we have 28 items on this list.
And you know what? We started taking note like halfway through. There's probably way more.
Yeah, I retroactively added a few, but I'm sure I missed some.
Yeah.
And these are all demonstrated in the movie.
Yeah.
This isn't us. Well, there's one or two
There's
that we
one or
assumed.
two that we assumed, but
So-
I think that we were justified in assuming them, to be honest.
Okay, so at number 1 we've got shooting.
Yeah, well, he's an army guy. Of course,
Very
he's
good
good
at shooting.
Very good. Very
Very
good.
good.
Yeah.
Number 2 is driving.
Yeah.
He drives a lot in this movie, and he drives well.
Drives a lot through. It's like set in Africa, and he
Yes.
drives a lot through like those little shanty towns and stuff.
Yeah.
With like super confined, short roads, very narrow, and he's in this massive jeep, and he's just
doing
he's
it.
killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm yawning. Sorry.
that's cool.
Hand-to-hand combat.
Yes,
Dude kills at hand-to-hand combat.
and we knew that from the last film. But
Yeah.
he fucking amazing.
He upped
at
his
it.
game here.
Absolutely.
He upped his fucking game.
Yeah.
Swimming.
Yeah. As apparent from the very first scene in the film.
Also, in a little side note, fighting underwater
Yeah, which, like,
seems really difficult.
it was insane that it looked as convincing as it did.
Yeah.
He would like kick dudes underwater, and they'd like fly back, and I'd be like, "Yeah, he kicked him really hard."
Yeah. Ibiotic again.
Fucking
Jesus
wake
Christ.
up! Here, have a sip of this monster.
Yeah, give me some.
God
of that.
damn it.
Give me some of this monster.
You had a coffee mid-film too. I don't know what you're doing. Thank you.
I stayed up really late last night and got up really early to this morning.
I got up early this morning too, actually, like 8:30. What was that about?
Oh man, what are you doing? You weren't working
it's
today
my
or
day
anything.
off.
Yeah. Drinking.
Yeah.
He puts them back.
He puts them fucking back,
He
man.
puts back some fucking pints.
Yeah,
in
and
this
like
movie.
competitively.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
against other people, and he beats them.
I think he beats
people
two guys in a row.
Beats two guys in a row at drinking alcohol.
Which, like, that's crazy.
And it wasn't just regular alcohol. It was that weird Chinese. What were you saying? It's like fake liquor or something.
It's like super strong because they don't have regulations or something. There's a video about it on YouTube
Yeah, if you want to check it out.
by Serpentza, who is a very good YouTuber. He's from South Africa and he lives in China.
Yeah, and you described him to me. Sounds very interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, he is really good.
Yeah.
This is our first assumption, which is dancing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we
There's-
see him party sometimes.
There's no way he's not good at dancing.
Yeah, we see him party, and it's
Turn that towards
Thank
your
you.
mouth.
it's very clear that the dude parties hard, so he can
yeah.
definitely dance.
For sure
Yeah.
he can dance.
Yeah,
And number 7, coincidentally, is partying.
man, he parties so fucking
And
hard.
he has so much fun, and I feel like if you showed up at a party, you'd be like, "Oh yeah,
He's the life
Wolf-
of the party, man.
dude.
He brings it with him. You know, he works hard, he plays hard, and he works very hard, and he plays
like you never
very
see John
hard.
McClane just get down
Yeah.
and like just fucking have a great time, and like he's always so dour. But Wolf Warrior, he's out there killing dudes, but then he's like, "Yo, put on Despacito, let's fucking have some
party.
crack."
He
Like,
shows up to he shows up to several compounds and just arrives in and is like saves everyone, and then he's like,
Yeah.
all right, let's fucking go, and then everyone's just dancing and
Yeah.
having a great time.
fucking going nuts. It's we're only on number. There's still 20 after this.
Oh my god.
Oral sex, assumedly.
Very
Giving
assumedly.
and receiving.
Well, well, we specified when we made this point that I personally, and I think I speak for both of us when I say this, I feel like Wolf Warrior or Zan Lang.
There's no need to get too crude now.
Yeah, but
We need to give him the respect.
yeah, we'd I'll
yeah.
respect the gentleman, but he's the kind of man that would deliver on oral sex for a substantial period of time, and when the woman makes an attempt to
Or man.
reciprocate, or man,
We don't
or man,
know. We
it's
don't know
okay,
his-
whatever he's up to, it doesn't
I
matter.
think it's woman though.
It's
He was.
it's
yeah,
woman. He's got a love
He's
interest.
got a love interest in this movie.
Yeah, but when the woman tries to reciprocate, he'd be like, "No, it's cool, man.
He's considerate. It's
Yeah,
all about you.
This is for you. This is for you. I'm doing this for you. You just lie there, baby."
What's important is you're happy. Go- What a hero! What a hero!
That was our most bullshit point. Could just move on.
Was it though?
I don't
You
know.
can
I
see
think
it.
it stands.
You can see it.
I think it
stands.
fucking stands.
It stands. Public speaking at number 9.
Yeah, he gives a rousing speech.
And I don't speak Chinese.
Yeah, he was speaking in
But-
Mandarin, and I was fucking.
I
I
was-
was
Yeah,
enthusiastic.
I was ready to go.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
childcare.
He's
He is very good at
looking
caring
after
with children.
Yeah.
He meets numerous children in this movie, and he's just got it. Like he's got that kid. Like I can't deal with kids very much. I'm just
No.
like I talk to them like they're small adults because I don't know how to talk to kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that never works. They're just like, "What? You talk funny." And I'm
yeah,
like,
that's
"Yeah,
that's how I talked. That's how I've always spoken to Harry, my little brother, and now he's 13, and he's like, yeah, he has problems like communicating with other 13-year-olds, and I feel kind of responsible. So
First aid. Yeah, he's very good at first aid.
Which, for the record, we wrote that down before it was proven, and then it was proven at the end of the film.
Yeah.
So there you go. He's an all-rounder, this bloke.
Acrobatics.
He's
is
super agile.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's in great shape.
He's incredibly acrobatic. He's jumping around. He's flipping. He does that one bit where he like gets flipped, but he kicks on his way down. It's sick.
Like
It's
someone
sick.
flips him backwards, and like you're like, oh no, he's gonna like land on his head, and that's gonna be sore. But no, he just
gonna be
kicks
sore.
your man in the head as he goes down.
Oh,
It was
man.
amazing.
Survival skills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like he dude survives Ebola, like legit.
Assumedly Ebola. We assume
Assumedly
it was some
Ebola.
kind
It
of
seemed like Ebola.
reference.
It seemed much more like Ebola than AIDS at the end of the
Oh,
day.
definitely wasn't AIDS.
Yeah.
Sensitivity.
He does seem like a sensitive
He's a
guy.
sensitive
doesn't
guy.
he? He seems like a caring soul, you know? He just wants everyone to be at peace. He wants everyone to be happy and safe. And if you're not happy and safe, he'll shoot you in your stupid fucking face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a bad guy, he'll stop you.
Oh, absolutely. Without a moment's hesitation.
Athleticism. He's very good at cardio. The dude
can
has
run.
infinite cardio.
He can run for days. He fucking puts Tom Cruise to shame.
Oh man, Tom Cruise.
Nothing pales in comparison to this guy.
Get Tom Cruise in a foot race against Wolf Warrior.
Yeah.
It's not even a contest.
No contest. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to lay it on the table. He's better looking than Tom Cruise.
Definitely.
Definitely better
Definitely
looking.
more hand. He's got like a friendlier. Tom Cruise looks a bit like
A psychopath?
a psychopath, but also like an android.
He does. Have you seen the thing with his tooth?
Oh yeah, the middle tooth.
The tooth,
yeah.
man, it fucks me up. I can't not look at it.
Yeah.
Every time he smiles, I'm like, oh, close your mouth.
Yeah, he's
I
like
don't
a
like
weird.
it. I don't like
He's
it.
like a weird android man. Wu Jing.
Who? That's the name of the guy, by the way.
That's the name of the person who plays Wolf Warrior, the person who directs Wolf Warrior, the person who writes Wolf Warrior, the person who does all the stunts for Wolf Warrior, the person who choreographs the stunts for Wolf Warrior. He probably scores it himself. Maybe he's holding the camera too while he's doing these moves. The man's a wonder. He is.
He is the eighth wonder of the world, this guy.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
He's
That's
incredible. Like, he's a fucking all-rounder.
Where was I? Sensitivity, problem solving. No,
That's the problem solving.
I missed problem solving.
Oh, did you?
I skipped it straight into athleticism. But yeah, problem solving.
Yeah.
He solves a lot of problems.
A lot of problems in the most creative ways.
In the most creative ways, in the moment. Like, he has like a snap decision to make.
And we will get back to some of those, because there's some that really fucking stuck out at me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Parkour. Yeah. He's just jumping around, climbing on things.
Yeah, and
running
for a
on
while,
pipes.
he's he's athletic. He's able to run on like a fucking a pipe without falling. He's precise.
He's precise.
But then he'll just out of nowhere he'll just bound up a building.
Yes.
In like 3 jumps, and he'll just be up at the top, and he'll be like, "What? It was nothing. What are you looking at?"
Carpentry, particularly weapon craft. He builds a crossbow
Out of twigs.
out of twigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so convincing.
Yeah.
And
It looks like it would work really well.
He takes down an entire.
But it also it looks like it would work really well, but it doesn't just look like like it looked like he made it. Like it looked
handmade.
Yeah.
And he takes down like an entire troop of military guys with this fucking crossbow.
with poisoned
poisoned
darts.
ends, poisoned
Yeah.
darts at the end of them. And he like goes around on his own and takes them all out. And then once he's taken them all out, he just walks into the compound that they were like holding a hostage. Just strolls in. And he's like, "Hi, everybody." And then the door opens, and the lady and the little girl who are with him walk in with the guns belonging to all of the
picked up
guys.
all the
he's
guns,
just
which is
knocked
such a
out.
smart thing.
It was so good.
Fever dreams.
I dispute this.
He had a very successful fever dream.
I think you're full of shit. You're right. He had a fever dream.
I think it was a pretty successful fever dream.
Why? What was successful about it?
Because it happened.
It did happen.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can call that a success. Like, he just had a fever dream. That was just something that happened to him. Because
Yeah.
he had Ebola.
A full fever dream. He just had it right there. Like, that's a success. That he did it.
I think you're full of shit.
When's the
on
last
that
time
one.
you had a full fever dream?
Look, don't get me wrong, Brian. I am not trying to tarnish the name of Wolf Warrior, but I don't think that is. I think that he is so good at so much shit that we don't even have to mention the fever dream. You know, I feel like that. You know, that's just something that happened to him. It's not something that he made happen. You know, he makes shit happen.
Yeah. So that's number 19, fever dream. Number 20, not getting shot.
Yeah.
He doesn't get shot so much in this
Yeah,
movie.
he gets shot maybe twice.
Maybe twice.
Maybe twice.
Yeah.
And he gets shot at maybe like over 100 times. Like,
No, I don't think he gets shot at all in this movie.
no,
he gets stabbed a few times.
No, he gets shot. He got shot when he got it right here in the chest.
Yeah, but
But he had the bulletproof thing on.
yeah.
And like it knocks him back, but he got shot. Like you can't deny that he got shot.
That's true.
But still, the percentage rate is insane. Like it's madness. And it looks real. It looks convincing. You're not sitting there like, how are none of these bullets hitting him?
Yeah, you're like, this guy's actually like he's doing a good job of
Dodging all
staying
of this
out of fire.
Yeah.
Number 21 is another kind of half assumption because we see it, but we can't tell really.
Yeah.
But we can assume kissing.
Yeah.
I bet he's a great kisser.
He gets his smooch on with that lady.
Yeah.
That doctor
I looked
lady.
like it was.
It looked passionate.
Yeah.
It looked passionate.
She
man.
seemed like she was sold.
Man, she was sold on that kiss before it even happened. Like she was gagging for the wolf. Like she was absolutely dying for a bit of the wolf in bed.
She wanted some of his wolf warrior. Keeping his do slick. That's number 22. His hair is impeccable.
Amazing. And there's never any implication that he has any product of any kind with him. But he's so good looking. Like he's so handsome. He honestly looks like a more handsome Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Genuinely.
But also Asian. Chinese.
But also he's like
yeah.
Asian, but you know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt looks kind of Asian, I would maintain. He does. What? Come on. That's not slander.
That's not slander. No, I don't know. I can.
You can see it.
I can see it.
You
I'll
can
concede
see
that
it.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know if I want to, but I can.
Who knows? Maybe he's got a little bit of Asian in him. Like it could not be racist at all.
Who knows?
Do you know his ethnicity? I don't know
I've
shit.
not seen the tests. Long jumping.
Yeah.
This dude jumps long.
He jumps very long. And like I would like to point out that like I insisted that long jumping be added to the list in addition to parkour because he jumps for miles, man. Miles and miles. Like he'll sprint up to it using that dope ass cardio of his and he will like leap from like a fucking pipe onto a tank that is moving and then he'll latch onto the tank and he'll swing around and he'll kick the driver in the face and then he'll smile at the fucking camera. God, he's some man for one.
And that brings us into our second point actually quite well. Not our second point, our 24th point. Tank driving. Particularly drifting.
Tank drifting. He drifts a tank into another tank.
He fucking initial D's that tank.
Yeah.
Around a bend. Oh man,
it was amazing. And the whole time he's driving the tank, his head's poking out of it.
Yeah.
And he just like there's so many other tanks and he is in one tank and he takes out all the tanks.
Okay, so here's my favorite way he took out one of the tanks. He drove around it in circles while they aimed at him, and they spun their tank around so much that all the people inside the tank got sick.
That's some of the problem solving we were talking about earlier, man.
How could he tell when they got sick? Because he's Wolf Warrior. He could smell it with his wolf nose.
With his wolf nose.
I'm getting so loud. I have the mic so close to me. I'm just excited a bit.
Just passionate, man.
Kicking.
Man.
And I have a note here to explain what we mean by, because this happens very early in the movie.
Yeah. So, basically, right, in the last film, one of his comrades, unfortunately...
His best friend, you could say.
Best friend dies. Gets killed in battle. And it was an emotional scene.
It actually was.
It really was
yeah.
in the first one.
And it's even more emotional in this.
Yeah, because they show up, him and like his army like platoon or whatever, and they show up to present this guy's mother with his ashes
and his
and his
kids
daughter
and wife, yeah.
And they present her with the ashes, and everyone's crying, and he gives the salute, and it's really touching. And then some fucking old dickhead starts spouting off some bullshit. I don't know what he's saying.
I assume it was something about like, oh, you got him killed or something.
Yeah, something to that effect, presumably. And so Wolf Warrior reacts by kicking him to death.
No. You missed the best part.
Oh, yeah?
When his friends show up. And by the old man's friends, I mean possibly the entire population of this small town.
Oh, yeah.
Because I want to say maybe 100 people with like sticks and stuff.
Yeah.
Just come out of nowhere.
And huddle around them.
And then
there's
the camera
like 4
cuts.
army dudes.
There's the 4 army dudes from the first movie.
One of whom is, of course, Wolf Warrior.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the camera cuts away for like, I want to say, less than a minute.
Yeah.
And when it cuts back, they're all knocked out.
They're
and
all
the 4
knocked
guys
out.
are standing there.
And it's great because it doesn't leave you wanting more. Usually I'd be like, why didn't you just show us that? But it was great.
You're just like, God damn, these guys are fucking badass.
It established them as badasses. And the scene prior, the actual opening scene, is already so action packed that you already know what he's capable of.
Yes.
And so like having him take everyone out, or him and his team take everyone out off screen, it isn't like unsatisfying.
Yeah, because you just had a fight scene that's incredibly satisfying.
Yeah, so it's just a good gag. It's like, yeah.
These guys are really tough.
Yeah.
But we didn't explain the kicking.
Yeah, he kicks your man.
The old man
In the chest, and he flies back and crashes into a run-down car, and then starts like spewing blood from his mouth.
Yes.
And he's dead.
He kicked him so hard that he liquefied his insides. He killed that man with one kick.
And he goes to prison for it.
He does for 3 years?
3 years.
Yeah.
About 3 years.
He goes to prison and he's exiled from China.
Yeah. Which is why the rest of the film takes place in Africa.
Which is actually, in my opinion, a great choice for a location for that movie.
Yeah.
Africa really worked.
It really worked, and we'll get back to that as well.
Yeah, once we still have a ton to talk about after this list.
Yeah.
I have so much to say.
Yeah.
26, strategy.
Yeah.
He is one strategic motherfucker.
Yeah, this ties back into the tank thing. It ties back into loads of instances, it speaks to the character of Wolf Warrior. He's an incredibly strategic person, but it also speaks to Wu Ling as a director. Because he comes up with some really unique, really clever,
really creative.
Yeah, really, really creative solutions to problems. And it's really exciting to watch.
Yeah, because he establishes this throughout the movie that, you're like, this guy is like, he's got these creative, unique ways of solving shit.
Yeah.
What's he going to do next? Like, how is he going to get out of this one?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be sick.
And the thing is, like, it happens so often that it seems like he can't get out of the scenario. And you're like, I can't think of a satisfying way they could get him out of this scenario. And then they do.
Yeah.
They just come up with something brilliant. And you're like, man, the amount of times that I jumped in my chair and squealed with delight during this film was insane.
There is a very, very, very good example of that once we get into the spoiler talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I think I do.
The bullet.
Yeah.
Number 27. Jumping from explosions.
Man, so much shit blows up in this film, and it always blows up near him, and he always dives away.
And it's always a real explosion.
Yeah, full on. Like, there's no... Because, as well, like, in this film, you can tell what's CGI and what's not.
There is some not great CGI, but it's used sparingly enough that it's not a problem.
Very, very sparingly, especially compared to the last film, but we'll get back to that as well.
Yeah.
But, the dude knows how to not blow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like...
And number 28, which will be a little bit of sizzle for when we get into spoiler talk. And I think it is the perfect way to end this list. The number one thing, I think, this is what he is. It's not an ordered list, but this is what he's the best at. Number one thing that Wolf Warrior is great at is poetic justice.
Absolutely, without a fucking doubt in my mind.
Beast at that poetic justice. Well, that's the list of all things that Wolf Warrior is great at. There are probably many more.
Without a doubt. certain of it.
Horseback
Absolutely
riding.
certain. Yeah, undoubtedly.
Definitely he can ride a
Fucking
horse.
sledding, dog slaying. He does that in the post credits.
I'm adding one more right now because I just thought of it. Archery.
Archery, yeah.
Yeah.
He shot all of those guys in a single shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Archery definitely deserves to be there.
Archery.
He's flawless. He's perfect.
He is. Dude, I'm about ready to start a religion about this guy.
Legit, he could be the second coming of Christ.
Like very possible. Very fucking possible. We said that in the movie.
Charming. He's so charming.
He's so likable.
charismatic.
He is so likable.
Oh.
I am going to take 1 second. I have to pee. I forgot to pee before we started.
No
And I've been
problem.
holding it in. I'll be right back. Anyway, we're back. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I got another beer too.
Yeah.
I got excited and drank all my beer during that list reading. So we were talking about how he is just the most likable motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, because this is like the first time that we've revisited a franchise, we have to compare it to the first one. You know?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to and in the first film, like, it was kind of hilarious to us how like perfect he was, because it was like, this is so funny. This guy wrote and directed and starred in this thing where he is the shit, and it was like hilarious. But in this, it's like, no, this guy's the shit. This guy is genuinely.
This guy wrote, directed, and starred in this great movie.
Yeah, in this biopic about his own life.
About his own life. Yeah, it's autobiographical in nature, really.
I'm putting this guitar down.
Oh, are you gonna need it in a bit?
I'll pick it back up. But for now.
Oh, you're gonna lie down on the couch.
Yes,
Okay, I get.
I'm getting
Now
ready.
it's real therapy hours.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna grab the microphone in one hand too.
Yeah.
Sorry if this makes some clicks and pops. All right. Now I'm a stand-up comedian.
Nice.
What is the deal with Wolf Warrior 2?
We'll fucking tell you.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, like, our big problem with the first film, I'd say, was that it lulled. Massively.
It lulled, and it was drab.
Yeah, incredibly void of color. Like, it was primarily set in, like, snowy kind of backgrounds, which...
Foresty, like greys and greens.
Yeah, and it matched the tone of the film to an extent, because it was like, you know, he was in the military, and it was supposed to be kind of like the horrors of war and stuff. So it made sense, but it didn't make for very exciting viewing, especially when you didn't understand what was being said, you know?
Yeah.
So with this one, on the other hand, exploding with color.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Super colorful.
incredibly colorful, because again, it was set in Africa.
It's like, yeah, it's just, there's so much life in each shot. Like, it's
everything. And like the setting of Africa, it was effective in that it provided color, and it also was refreshing, because, you know, the majority of the last film, if not all, took place in China, you know.
I think Africa might be the most colorful country in the world.
Yeah, legit, because it's
Like,
so
after
sunny.
watching this movie, yeah.
And
And
it's
there's so much like plant life and shit.
Yeah. But then, like, the setting of Africa also worked in that they really hit on some shit, like some really heavy shit that is going on in Africa.
Yeah.
And they didn't even make it the main focus of the film. The focus of the film was Wolf Warrior trying to save all these people or whatever, right? But
we're actually not quite sure what his driving motivator was.
well, but more
we knew
so
we had to stop the bad guys.
Yeah, we don't know what the bad guy's driving motivator was.
That's it.
We know that there was a political aspect involved. Some of the film was in English, very, very little of it.
But not enough to like gain any.
Yeah, any real info.
knowledge.
But at one point, this guy was like, "Oh, I need him alive if I want to, you know, gain political power." And then that guy gets stabbed in the neck.
Oh, that scene is so good.
So good.
And the dude, he stabs him in the neck, and like his three other guys who are with him just drop everyone with a couple of shots.
Everybody. Yeah.
Ah.
And that guy was his employer, by the way. He was like under him in
Yes,
this evil militia. There goes the guitar pick.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Who was that guy, by the way? The main bad guy?
It was Crossbones, man.
Crossbones
is the
from
main villain
fucking-
in this show. In this film, rather.
From Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's a much bigger character in Winter Soldier. But
Yes.
he's good in that, in Winter Soldier as a bad guy, and he's even better in this as
He's
a bad
great
guy.
in this as a bad
He's
guy. I really
so
liked him.
good.
Yeah,
because he as well is pretty charismatic.
Yes, yeah.
The first time we see him, he's wearing a camouflage blazer.
Yes, yeah.
It was so slick, man. He looked so
It
fucking
shouldn't have
cool.
been. It
no,
shouldn't
it should have been
have been.
ridiculous. He
But-
had fucking pads on the elbows.
Yeah.
It looked so cool.
Yes.
He had his hair, like his black hair, all slicked back off his face, and he had the stubble. You know, he looks so sweaty. He looks
Yes,
so
yes,
overheated all the
yes.
time, and he's got that chaotic look in his eye.
Yes.
You know, that he
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
he looks like he's not really there to. He looked like he didn't have any motivation other than he was here to fuck shit up.
Yes.
You know, that's all he wanted to do. He just liked causing mayhem. You know.
Yeah, and yeah, he was like ruggedly handsome,
Very
but there was no
ruggedly handsome.
stability.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he seemed like he could snap.
He
like,
constantly had one of those veins pulsating from his forehead, like the dude was enraged.
and his followers as well were all like interesting looking and like well designed characters.
Memorable.
Memorable. Like
Yeah.
we call him the Bear Warrior because he was huge.
Yeah, he was this massive dude who would like a lot of this film is like
Wire stuff because it's Chinese.
pardon?
Are you talking about the throwing? I thought you were going to talk about.
Oh well, no, yeah. There's the throwing. Yeah, there's a lot of throwing where the bear warrior guy like fucks people through the air,
But
and
yeah.
it looks super real because that guy is so
yeah,
huge.
it's believable that guy could just throw this small Chinese man across the room.
Yeah, absolutely. But like a lot of the film is like the bad guys infiltrating different compounds
Yeah.
and basically holding everyone hostage. They like at a certain point we know that they were looking for a doctor, but then they accidentally kill that doctor that they needed.
Yes, yes.
And just after they kill that doctor, Wolf Warrior crashes through the wall in a jeep and takes
Yeah,
down
yeah,
all the
yeah.
fucking bodies. And it was incredible. And then it's at that point that he rescues the lady doctor and this little girl.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they become like his sidekicks for the rest of the film, for the duration of the film. And it's essentially like the film becomes about protecting them. You know,
Yeah,
keeping
yeah.
them safe. We don't really know why. We think that the girl, that the young girl was immune to this virus
That was killing people.
that was killing people.
Yeah.
And that's why she was so important. At a certain point, Wolf Warrior gets this virus. We called it Ebola. It quite possibly could have been, or if not, it was. It kind of seemed like it was supposed to be
An homage.
an homage to Ebola.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
A nod.
I was gonna
if
say a
you will.
metaphor, but okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, when the bad guys infiltrate the compounds and stuff, the fucking bear warrior, as we called him, would just like pace up and down while all these people were on their knees, you know, terrified, and he would just shout and scream
Yeah.
things. Basically, he was almost preaching. And then he would like threaten everybody. He'd hold guns up to people's heads. But again, he had these crazy bulging eyes that he just looked like he wanted to shoot you in the head.
Yeah.
For no reason
He was
at all.
like scary.
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of seemed as though there was like an evil militia essentially, and at the very top of it were people who had an objective and a plan, and then halfway through they all get murked by this other team
Yeah.
who are working
Who
under
are
them.
assumedly mercenaries that they've hired
Yeah.
to work for them.
Yeah, but they just take them out and become the
Which
overlords.
which is such a cool concept. The idea of like the like underling to the big bad kills the big bad and is now like even worse.
Because the big bad was never even established to be that bad.
Yeah.
There were like two scenes involving the head guy, and he was like this black dude, and he spoke a little bit of English, and we got a tiny bit of plot from him, But the only thing he ever did was give out to Crossbones about shit that he's fucked up. So he did it in one scene, and Crossbones was clearly not happy about it. And then he did it in another scene, and during that rant, as he screams in Crossbones' face, just knifes him in the throat.
Crossbones just
stabs him in the throat. And as soon as he does it, his bear warrior and that lady who was also with them, and the other Asian guy, they just all go, oh, okay, and just gun down the rest of the fucking guys. So then it's just them. They're there's an army, obviously. They have an army, but
that's a really good establishing thing for those characters as well, is that they're that in sync with each other, that as soon as he does it, they know to just drop everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And
even though it seems like it's not planned, it's just
it really what's the word I'm looking for? It cemented their how powerful they were.
Yeah,
because at the start you're like, oh, this guy's like Crossbones or whatever, and Bear Warrior and that lady and the other Asian guy, they're like the underlings or whatever. Yeah, okay, fair enough. And then you're like, ooh, I wonder who the big bad is. And then the big bad shows up, and then they kill him. It's them. They're the big bad.
That's so sick.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So good.
It was a really good bait and switch. I really enjoyed it. And then when Wolf Warrior came into contact with Crossbones and his gang later, which it happens a fair bit, every time then the stakes are so high because you know full well that these guys are nuts and that they're inclined to do anything.
It's like, all right, Thanos has the Infinity Gauntlet and you know what he's going to do with it. And then some other character just comes out and murks him and picks up the Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah. And suddenly you don't know what that guy's going to do with it. Yeah,
Thanos is there standing with the gauntlet looking triumphant, and then Crossbones stabs him in the throat and takes it.
Like Thanos, you've got an idea of what his plans are and his machinations. But then this other guy comes out and you're like, what is this dude going to do? It adds another layer of tension to the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it needed that. Wolf Warrior was such an impressive physical being that he needed a catalyst, that was like the ultimate evil and the ultimate
adversary.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Who it was almost as though they were both incredibly skilled, but your man's like Crossbones' madness matched Wolf Warrior's like goodwill.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah, they were the ultimate good and the ultimate bad, but it wasn't corny. There was nothing kind of.
Was Wolf Warrior the ultimate good though? Because he kills a lot. He
kills so many people.
I'd say
they're all bad people.
He's like neutral good.
Yeah,
and Crossbones is like neutral evil.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Because I suppose the big bad is the guy who he killed. Yeah, that's fair. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Because I don't think Crossbones is chaotic that much. I think he's got plans and he's not just acting on impulse.
Yeah, that's true. He's got plans, but he is also he
does whatever whatever will work at the time.
Yeah, he gets really, really passionate about wanting Wolf Warrior dead. It becomes like incredibly personal to him.
And when the big bad gets in the way of that, he just kills the big bad.
Yeah, because the big bad is like, why are you trying so hard to kill this guy? He doesn't matter that much. And Crossbones is like, nah, fuck you, man. He just stabs him in the throat.
So good.
It's so
actually
good.
Great.
It was so unexpected. But yeah. So, like, where does it lead then? Like,
well, we've talked quite a bit about the antagonists. We should talk a bit about the protagonists.
Yeah. We talked a good bit about Wolf Warrior, but there are other people, such as you can talk about fucking Chinese Bo Burnham.
Chinese Bo Burnham, as we called him, who is a Chinese man who looks a lot like Bo Burnham.
Yeah, and
hence the name.
I am pretty sure that he is like a Chinese pop star.
Possibly,
I only think that because in his initial appearance, he's like in full army getup,
army fatigues,
and a pair of beats,
just
a red glistening pair of beats.
Which, to be fair, is actually a pretty dope look.
It did look really cool.
Look cool. Like you were like, oh, this guy's dope. This guy
and
he's
then
hip.
So basically, what happens is Wolf Warrior and his lady friend and this little girl that he's protecting. they arrive at this new compound. They've left one compound. They've arrived at another.
They do spend a lot of this movie going from one compound to the
compound.
other.
Yeah, yeah.
But stuff happens at every compound, so
yeah,
it
so
feels
it's really interesting.
like earned.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So they show up, and your man greets them. First of all, Wolf Warrior is like, "I'm Chinese. Don't kill me." And then they're like, "Okay, I guess we won't kill him." And then they all come out, and that's when you're introduced to Chinese Bo Burnham.
I just love the scene of like a Chinese man getting out of a jeep, walking forward a bit, and then just shouting to nothing, "I'm Chinese."
It was a very funny shot, especially because
his English
actually,
is
yeah. Do you know what?
Quite poor.
Yeah, like we've got 28 things here that he's amazing at. Speaking English is not one of them. But
he's pretty good though.
He's decent.
He's pretty good, but
he hasn't really quite got the enunciation. But that's fine because he very rarely speaks any English at all.
Yeah, he speaks.
He speaks like maybe
And he says one English
2
line
sentences.
that's fucking sick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yeah. That should have been on the list as well. Dope closing lines.
Well, I thought that would fit in under the poetic.
Yeah, it does actually.
thing,
You're right.
yeah.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk about fucking Chinese Bo Burnham.
Chinese Bo Burnham shows up and he's like a hotshot, and he's killed a wolf with a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
In, like, mirroring Wolf Warrior who killed a wolf with a bayonet.
Yeah, and I thought that was really interesting because you initially were like, ooh, maybe this is foreshadowing that he's going to snipe Wolf Warrior or he's going to try and kill Wolf Warrior. But really, I think it acted as like a
contrast?
a sharp contrast because he's like this young hotshot army guy and he's like bragging, being like, look at this wolf. It's like it's a taxidermy wolf that he's got like stuffed in his room, and he's like, look at this wolf, and he like picks up the sniper. He's like, I sniped this wolf, and Wolf Warrior's like, haha, that's cool.
Yeah,
and Wolf Warrior knows full well. He's like, yeah, have you fucking stabbed one with the knife at the end of your gun?
Also, the difference between the two is that he taxidermized the wolf and he displays it.
Yeah.
Again, bragging.
Yeah.
Whereas Wolf Warrior just continued.
Yeah, he's just like, that happened, and now I'm moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, very quick aside, I'm going to let you finish talking about this guy, but Crossbones refers to him as Wolf Warrior. That's not just the name of the film, that is his title. People know him by that.
I think his name is Zhang Lang.
Yeah,
or something
no, it definitely is. Yeah, Zhang Lang, because someone at some point calls him Lang, and we were like, oh, his name's Lang, and then we paused the film and we realized that it was called Zhang Lang 2 instead of Wolf Warrior 2.
Wolf Warrior 2, so we assumed.
Yeah.
Probably correctly.
Put 2 and 2 together.
We are very smart.
We're super intelligent here at the Translation.
Might as well be detectives. Let's stop the podcast. Open a detective firm. Is that how you do detective? I don't fucking know. I think you have to be in the police.
Grant and Eaton, or Eaton and
Greeton.
Grant.
Greeton.
Greeton Detective Works.
That's terrible.
Greeton Detective Agency.
Detectives.
Detectives.
Wolf Warriors.
Wolf Warriors. Boom, we did it.
So Chinese Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
You hate him at the start. We hated him.
Yeah,
we thought he was a dick. We didn't like him.
Like there's a moment where, again, like the evil militia start to infiltrate this compound, and they start taking everyone down, and your man Chinese Bo Burnham seemingly gets shot in the leg, and he like falls down some stairs, and he's like screaming and crying. And you're like, oh shit, he got shot. And then Wolf Warrior shows up and he's like, no man, you didn't get shot. You're just lying in someone else's blood. And then your man's like, oh fuck yeah, actually I'm not shot. You just stop screaming. So yeah, he's kind of made out to be a bit of a fucking twat.
He's got a pellet gun.
Yeah.
That we find out is a pellet gun when he's holding a guy up.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. It's because when Bear, during that infiltration of the compound, Bear Warrior, as we call him, the huge dude, tries to kidnap the girl. He grabs her and he's like walking away with her. And Chinese Bo Burnham waits behind a wall, and Bear Warrior comes around that corner and he holds this gun to his head and he's like, let her go. And then Bear Warrior very wisely puts the girl down and she runs off. And then then your man, Chinese Bo Burnham, taunts him. He's like holding the gun to his head, being like, haha, I've got you now. And he waits way too long. He really savors the moment more than he should. And then Bear Warrior just like grabs the gun off of him and turns it on him, and then pulls the trigger, and it turns out to be a pellet gun. And then he kind of laughs at him, and then he like, I don't know, I think he like kicks him and he flies off screen or something. Yeah. So it's very like, he is very much portrayed to be like a young fool.
Yeah, exactly. He's a young fool.
Yeah.
Am I going to spoil it? Are we getting into spoiler territory now?
Yeah. But look, before we get into spoiler territory, just watch this one, man. Just watch it.
Yeah, no, watch this movie.
Yeah.
No, watch the first. You have to watch the first one first.
Yeah, you by rights you should.
Yeah.
But the second one is definitely better.
Much better.
So if you only want to watch one, if watching two fucking foreign language films seems like a bit of a slug to you, the second one is far superior. Like,
and I would even suggest watching it without subtitles.
Yeah, legit. Like, it was very enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
It was enjoyable because the visuals were so powerful. Like,
but I think I like understood the story well enough without knowing Chinese or Mandarin.
You knew full well at every point what was going on. There was never any confusion. Like we said, we didn't exactly know the motives, but we knew like, oh, these guys are attacking now, and now Wolf Warrior's objective is to save this person, and so he's trying to save them. You know?
Yeah.
And so you're just along with him for the ride. You don't know why that person's so important, but who gives a fuck? He's trying to save them. Let's go.
I just noticed we're at an hour and 5 minutes, and we are
serious?
not even done talking.
No,
like,
not even nearly done talking about this film.
This is going to be a long episode.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, shit. Oh yeah, we were getting into spoilers.
Yeah.
But
watch it.
Watch it. It's fantastic.
It's really, really good.
Like I said it when we were done the film. Might go in my top 5 all-time action movies.
Yeah,
I love this movie.
It was so captivating. Like, we were so in it. The whole 2 hours, there wasn't a single point where we were like, what time is it? Is it nearly over? Or,
it was. We were watching it in conditions where it would have been so easy to hate this movie because it was super warm.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about that, man. We're in the middle of a heat wave. We're dying of heat.
Yeah. It's so warm right now.
Yeah. Your fucking computer just buzzing away there, making the room that uncomfortable, sweaty vibe.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in a vest and shorts right now. Like,
I'm in shorts. I got my bare feet.
Yeah, it is.
It's
very
super
warm.
hot. So we were watching the movie in that.
Yeah.
We
paused a couple times to like take breaks. Like we had stuff to do. I had to like send an email that was important and stuff. But every time we went back to it, we were immediately back in.
Yeah, immediately. It was. And this movie, okay, we won't get into spoilers yet for a bit because I think we do have more to say.
Yeah.
Before we do that, this movie is 2 hours long.
Mm.
It is a long movie.
Yeah.
It is longer than most action movies. It shouldn't be this well paced.
It was so well paced. It was so well paced that you said it first, but I had the exact same thought around the exact same time, where in the climactic scene of the film, it dawned on both of us that we were like, man, we've been watching this for so long. How long has this been going on? And that occurred to us 5 minutes before it ended. Like, if even.
Yeah.
Like the first time that it occurred to us how long the film was, it was nearly over.
But it wasn't sometimes that happens with films where you're like, we've been watching this for a while. I hope it ends soon.
Yeah, it wasn't like that at all. It was
I was like, this has been happening for a while. I am totally fine if it just continues to happen for another 40 minutes.
Yeah, and I think the reason it dawned on us both is because we could both tell that we were at the climactic scene, and we were like, holy shit, we've been doing this 2 hours. What the fuck?
Yeah.
How have we not noticed that? You know? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just this movie slaps, Dara. This movie slaps.
Yeah, that is a term you seem to be trying to pioneer, and
I'm not
think it
pioneering
really
it.
fits.
I've heard it before.
Yeah,
it's like fits. A song slaps, when it slaps.
This film really does slap. It slaps the fuck out of it.
It's so good.
I was honestly astonished. I was saying to you earlier, it's the best film. I enjoyed this film more than I've enjoyed any film that we watched on the podcast so far.
I think I've enjoyed this film more than we've watched any other film on this podcast. And we watched one of my favorite movies of all time on this podcast.
Yeah, Akira.
Akira.
Yeah.
This is definitely better than Crow Zero.
Yeah. Which
I would put it.
I loved.
I would put it like pretty. I'd put the two of those pretty close together.
Yeah.
This would definitely be above it, but I think Crow Zero's is like.
Crow Zero was like hilarious and weird and dumb. But this was just emotional.
It was hilarious.
There
was funny bits where we were cracking jokes while we were watching it and stuff, and it was a really fun watch.
Yeah.
But then like it was really good, and there's an emotional bit at the end. You know the bit where everything looks kind of dire for a little bit.
Yeah. Oh,
I had a lump in my throat. I was starting to tear up.
I showed you, man. I had goosebumps.
Yeah.
I had goosebumps watching this film. I didn't understand the context, but I was so invested. I was so invested in it. Like 100%. I didn't need to know the exact motives of every character, or exactly why everything was going down. I just knew it was going down, and I knew that I felt something about it.
Let's talk about the stunts.
Stunts.
Wu Jing, the director and main actor who plays the Wolf Warrior, does all of his own stunts.
Yeah, as proven by the post credits. In the post credits,
we'll get into that after this. After this, I think we'll segue into that. But god damn, there's some sick ass stunts in this movie,
and like a lot of blink and you'll miss it. Incredible moments of action.
Yes,
that. Like what we discussed earlier when he's like being flipped backwards and he catches your man with a kick as he goes down. If you looked away for a split second, you would have missed that amazing moment, and it looked so good.
There's so many little touches in the stunts that you're like just the sheer just knowledge that this guy has for this shit.
Yeah.
And he's so good at using that knowledge in interesting ways. And it's
yeah, because a big point that we made last time as well, or at least one that I particularly, I really felt coming away from it, was that the first film, I was very aware of the fact that your man was clearly a very good director. I couldn't get over how well shot it was, especially because the budget was lower and the special effects sucked.
They were terrible.
In the first film. They were no good.
The first film looked like it had a shoestring budget.
Legit. And we were really impressed by it because despite that, it still looked really good.
It was really enjoyable. Yeah.
And in this film, very clearly, from the opening, we saw maybe 10 production company names pop up.
Yeah.
And so we were like, okay, clearly they made the first one, and everyone was like, "We need to put some fucking money into this." Well, the first one was a
massive success.
Yeah. So they in this film they have a budget to work with, and they use it splendidly.
I forgot about that. I forgot about all those logos that showed up at the start.
Yeah.
And when I saw all those different logos showing up, I was like, "Uh-oh." Because the only time I've seen this many logos show up on movies, the last one I saw it happen on was Leatherface. Usually that means a movie's gonna suck.
Yeah.
What happened?
I have no idea.
This movie is fucking perfect.
Well, I think what happened personally is a bunch of production companies went, this Wu Jing guy knows what he's doing. Let's just give him the money and he'll just do it.
Yeah.
And he fucking did it. He absolutely did it. He delivered, man. It was beautiful. Honestly, I cannot stress how impressed I was by this film. Honestly,
is this the most positive we've ever been about a film?
It has to be.
Definitely.
It has to be. And I was discussing this earlier with you, right? That as far as story goes and stuff, we recently watched Perfect Blue, and that was a really interesting film.
I like Perfect Blue.
I really liked Perfect Blue.
Well,
I really enjoyed it, and I had a lot of thoughts on it and stuff. And it was a very thinky film. But this film was so that film. It was hard to watch. It was a bit upsetting. This film was just so enjoyable.
We came off Perfect Blue, and there's 5 to 10 minutes before we start recording where maybe I'll smoke a cigarette and we'll just kind of get all the shit set
I'll
up.
typically take a shit, you know.
Yeah, you do that every time.
Pre-podcast
pretty
poop.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
Or podcast walk to the shop.
Yeah. Sometimes I need a monster, man.
Yeah. And after Perfect Blue, we both got up and like went outside, and we were like, "Oh, that was a good movie."
But let's just take a minute.
Yeah, let's like process that.
Yeah.
We gave Wolf Warrior a standing ovation.
We literally did. We just the
We
two of
stood
us on our own.
Two of us on our own
We
stood up
and
and
applauded
clapped.
it. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't take it back for a second.
No,
I didn't
that
even
movie,
feel ridiculous,
that
man.
movie deserved a standing
It
ovation.
really did. I was
And then we
blown
went
away.
outside. We went outside, and the energy. There was just a fucking it was like lightning had struck. We were like, oh yeah,
We
that
were
was so
buzzing,
good.
man. We couldn't wait to get in
You know,
here.
and with Perfect Blue, we were like, okay, let's go record the episode and talk about this movie.
Yeah.
With this, it was like, let's go record the best fucking episode of this podcast we've ever done. And so far, I think we're doing a pretty fucking good job.
I think so too, man. Everyone needs to know about this.
Dude.
Honestly, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
They're both on Netflix.
Yeah.
They're just there. Anyone can watch them. Everyone I know has Netflix.
We are reaching the end of a normal episode.
Yeah.
And
legit,
we're
yeah.
still talking about the fucking movie,
Yeah,
and I still have more to say.
We didn't even we didn't ramble at the start for as long as we usually did.
No.
We were like, okay, enough of this bullshit. Let's
We
get
have
into Wolf
to get
Warrior.
into Wolf Warrior.
Like, it was so good. Yeah.
It just, this movie slaps.
It does. It slaps, man. It really slaps. I think it's time to get into spoilers though, because I have so
Absolutely.
much stuff I really want to talk about.
Look, go watch the spoilers and then come back here. We'll wait.
Yeah. Go watch the film, you mean, and then come back.
Just go watch the
Yeah.
film. Get
Yeah,
spoiled
yeah.
by watching the film.
Yeah.
We'll wait.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Actually, you can just pause this.
Yeah.
And
Pause
come
it.
back whenever you could pause this and come back in 2 years if you wanted to. If it took you that long.
Yeah. But the
Don't do that,
important
though,
thing is that you watch Wolf Warrior.
But also, if you want to wait, if you want to wait until like tomorrow to watch it, and you're like, oh well, I kind of want to get the emails and the bullshit, which we're still gonna do.
Yeah.
There's a timestamp down below right now that you can just click and get there. So do
Yeah.
that maybe,
Absolutely.
because we are gonna spoil this movie.
Yeah, and honestly, there is like most of the time when we talk about these films and you're like, oh, we're getting the spoilers, I'm like, no one gives a fuck if we spoil this shit, man. But honestly, like, I really like, if you have any interest in watching this film at all, which I hope you do,
Just one last
genuinely
thing.
don't listen.
Very last thing that I said we'd mention before we go into spoilers. During the credits, there's a like blooper reel of Wu Jing doing his stunts, and it humanizes him so much and makes him so endearing.
After seeing him be the most infallible character you've ever witnessed in your entire life, you then see the actor himself just being a fucking legend. Just looking like the most fun guy to work with.
He's just being like a goofy guy, like messing up stunts.
Yeah,
and he's
messing
like,
up
"Ooh,"
stunts
he's
and
like
then looking at the camera.
mugging it up
there's
to
a
the
bit
camera.
There's a bit where he does a tumble and he like comes up and he's like holding the gun outstretched and he kind of like stumbles a little bit and then he just holds the gun to his head and pretends to pull the trigger. He's so he looks like he's great crack.
The bit where he punches the person and then Bear Warrior's character comes up and they're supposed to fight in the scene. But he just goes like, ah! And runs away
from him.
like comically runs away. It's really good. It's really funny.
And there's a bit where like there's a shot in the blooper reel where it's just Yuan, the lady friend, like having her arms around Wu Jing and just like holding him and being like, oh man, and like laughing and giggling with him and being like, and it was just so clear that they had a good time making this.
Yeah.
Everyone was enjoying themselves.
Everyone enjoyed this film.
Yeah.
This film felt like it had a lot of love in it. Like
Yeah.
this film felt like it was made by someone who was happy to make this film.
Absolutely. A
Which-
fucking team of people who were delighted to be there.
You know, you watch like
Refreshing.
Transformers and you're like, this is a movie made by someone who wants to make money.
Mm.
Sure, Wolf Warrior, they probably wanted to make money. Everybody does. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
But they also love doing it at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They had a story they wanted to tell. And
Well, I'm
they
giving
told-
it like the Italian kisses. Like, oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, bellissimo. So now we're going to get into spoilers. So
Yeah.
click the timestamp down below if you want to skip that. 3, 2, 1. I can't believe he killed the main bad guy with the bullet necklace.
It was so satisfying, right? So the
need to
entire
explain this.
film, right? The entire film. First of all, he goes to prison at the start, right? And they keep kind of, for a while, they're cutting between him in Africa and his like new life in Africa and all of the friends he's made there and all of the shit that's going down there. And then they keep cutting back to him in prison. And they cut back to there's a scene of him sitting solemnly looking at this bullet, this very particular looking bullet with these kind of grooves in it, these really specific grooves. Like it's a very aesthetic bullet. It's a very specific bullet.
This is someone's personal like.
Yeah.
Someone has a bunch of these bullets,
It's their
and it's
trademark
like
bullet.
their trademark bullet. Yeah.
And the idea is like essentially that is the bullet that killed his love interest from the first film.
Yes.
And so he, for the entire film, is wearing it around his neck, right, on a necklace. And so we were like, oh yeah, that's gonna come into play somehow because they kind of kept lingering on it and stuff. You know, like we've fucking seen movies before. We know how it works. They were gonna tie the bullet in somehow. So we were like,
but isn't it great that they did that visually as well? That like even us without like no one went, oh, the bullet necklace that you have.
Yeah.
You would just see it in shots, and like it was a shot that was well designed enough that you're like, oh yeah, the necklace.
Yeah. It was the necklace always stood out to you.
There's some weird emphasis on that, even though it maybe isn't the main focus of this scene.
Yeah. And then so we were like, okay, so at the end of the film, he's gonna run out of bullets, and he's gonna pull off the necklace, and he's gonna put it in the gun, and he's gonna like sink it right between the guy's eyes or something, right? And so what happens then is, at the end of the film, first of all, right, this is something I really wanted to talk about. I've been dying to talk about this, okay? So, Wolf Warrior ends up crushed under this massive
I was crying. I was like nearly crying watching this.
He was crushed under this like massive kind of plate of steel that falls on him, and he can't get up, right? And all of the people that he's trying to save, his lady friend, the young girl, the mother of that black kid from the start who he didn't even talk about, but he's trying to save her too, and like a whole other like group of people. Like there's got to be like maybe 50, maybe more people in this building. They're all there watching him, and Chinese Bo Burnham and the older Chinese guy who we also didn't talk about, but he's awesome.
He's awesome. He's a badass. Yeah,
and those three guys are out there taking on this entire militia, right? And that's when the scene is with the like drifting of the tanks, and you know there's loads of really clever, really cool gunfights, loads of dope shit. There's a point where we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
And then a Wolf Warrior ends up crushed under this massive plate of steel, right? And he's there and he's trying to push it off him. He's trying and he can't do it.
He can't
and then it keeps cutting back to the people, and they're watching him struggle, and they're like, but oh no.
Also cutting back to Chinese Bo Burnham and the other guy, and Chinese Bo Burnham's getting shot up.
Yeah, he's getting absolutely riddled with bullets.
And it's such a perfect character arc because now he's heroic.
Yeah.
He is legitimately heroic.
Genuinely.
He has become a hero.
Yeah.
His arc is so fucking perfect.
It's so good because he was so likable by the end.
Yeah.
We hated him. We hated him.
Dude, by the end, he's getting shot up, and we are like...
Oh, no.
We are like sad.
It was hard. It was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Legit.
And like, this is the character who I would say an hour earlier, we were like, I fucking hate this guy. I hope he gets shot.
We were waiting to see him get shot.
And so you keep having the fake bullet thing.
Yeah, the pellet gun.
With Bear Warrior.
Yeah, it happens like twice that he like... First, like the first time he's holding the gun as we described, and then Bear Warrior shoots him with the pellet gun, and he's like, you're a fucking child or whatever. And then the second time, Bear Warrior again pulls the pellet gun out of your man's like leg holster and shoots him with it in the face. Just shoots him in the face with a pellet gun, just as like a sign of disrespect, just to fuck with him. And then,
assumedly, he's beaten up. Chinese. I nearly said Mexican Bo Burnham, which is not even close. No. Chinese Bo Burnham. There's a lot of Asian people in Mexico.
That's fair.
But they speak Spanish.
Bear Warrior.
Bear Warrior is beating the shit,
wailing on him
out of Chinese Bo Burnham, and he's all like fucked up and bleeding.
Yeah.
And he's on top of him, about to like finish the job.
Yeah.
And Chinese Bo Burnham pulls the gun, and puts it to like his neck, and your man assumedly is like What are you gonna do? That's
that
a
stupid fucking fake
and
gun.
right in the middle of his like fake, because he's speaking English.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of his fake gun thing, he fires and it just goes through his neck
Straight
and
through
fucking
his
kills
neck.
him. And like me and you, like we nearly knocked the couch over. We like flew up and we were like, yes.
It was so satisfying. It was the perfect character arc.
Yeah.
It really was,
Mhm.
because he was so unlikable at the start, and they did a really good job of making him unlikable in multiple ways, right? He was like really sleazy. He kept trying to like get it on with Wolf Warrior's lady friend.
Yes.
There's a bit where like everyone's partying and having a good time, because as we said, Wolf Warrior parties hard, and fucking Chinese Bo Burnham like saddles up to your Wan, the lady friend, and she's standing there with the young girl that fucking Wolf Warrior's trying to protect, and Chinese Bo Burnham like saddles up and he like pushes the little girl out of the way to be like, fuck off, kid, I'm trying to get down here.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck
But
you, man.
I will give them that, in that like movies like this, it's really easy for that character to come off like rapey,
Yeah.
and he never did.
He didn't come off as
He
rapey.
never came off.
He
just came off as
as
someone like
slimy.
trying his luck.
Yeah,
you
trying
know?
his luck, but there was
But you're
kind
of like,
element
have a bit
to
of
it.
respect.
Exactly, yeah, especially to like the little kid.
You
'cause-
see Wolf Warrior roll up with a girl and not just know.
yeah, that ain't your woman. Like
That's-
that's Wolf Warrior's
that's Wo-
piece.
that woman is his property. The
Just
woman,
kidding, it's
the woman, to
2018.
be
Women
fair,
belong to themselves.
the woman, to be fair, doesn't do much, but there's little bits that she does do, and she does them well.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a character like the other woman mercenary
Mm.
is like on their jeep fucking with them,
Yeah.
and the woman like takes her out pretty fucking quick.
Yeah. That was very But back to this thing, right? Because I got so totally
Yeah, we got
sidetracked.
sidetracked.
So, fucking Wolf Warrior is trapped under this thing of steel, right? He's pushing, he can't get it off, and so instead he reaches into his pocket, he pulls out his phone, right, and he starts filming what's happening. He starts filming the massacre,
like live streaming it,
live
to China,
streaming it to this Chinese military ship.
Yeah.
That are like is just
frigate.
stationed out at sea,
Yeah.
right? And they're watching it, and the entire crew, the whole crew of this ship, are all watching, and they look horrified. They're just watching fellow Chinese people and African people just getting massacred by this militia, and they're clearly everyone's affected by it. Everyone's like heartbroken, and then they make the call and they stick their keys in, they turn their keys, and they order an airstrike, right? And then the fucking missiles start to fly, right? And it cuts back to Wolf Warrior. He's pushing, he can't get the thing of steel off of him, and you're like,
Yeah.
you're expecting to have that fucking Peter Parker Spider-Man moment where he's like, no, I am Spider-Man, I got all my strength, and he like pushes it up and you're like, woo, right? But instead he's pushing and pushing, he can't get it off, and then this enemy runs by, and as he runs by, Wolf Warrior hooks onto his leg just with his arm,
Yeah.
and gets pulled out from under the piece of steel.
It's
and then
fucking
he
genius.
Whips around
Yeah.
and takes your man down as he is freed from the trap.
And this is just after Wolf Warrior has watched countless people he was trying to save be massacred.
Yeah.
Seeing his friends like defeated and whatever.
Yeah.
He goes nuts.
He goes absolutely apeshit, right? He's
He's-
flying around. It's just him and the older Chinese dude who's awesome and we haven't talked about, but he's great. And Chinese Bo Burnham. It's those three guys against this whole militia, right? And then Wolf Warrior's running. He's like fucking firing left, right, and center. He's absolutely
He
killing
does
shit,
a really
right?
cool thing. He punches a guy, pulls the pin out of the grenade that's in his belt, and then kicks him down this tube.
And your
he
man just blows up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, right, that's when Wolf Warrior gets shot for the first time. And possibly the only time. I'd say the only time. And he gets shot right in the chest, but he's got the bulletproof vest on, right? So he flies back, because, you know, impact. It's going to happen. He digs the bullet out of his vest, and it's got the same grooves as the one around his neck. And suddenly it dawns on him
But
that
who shot the bullet?
Crossbones.
Oh shit!
Crossbones
Crossbones is the one who killed his lover.
And he walks up, he's like stands up and he like holds up the bullet and he throws it down and he holds up the bullet on his necklace And Crossbones goes, "Oh, is that your lady? She's real pretty." And
then Wolf Warrior just says, "Blood for blood."
and they just go at it. And then, man, the two of them mid hand-to-hand combat, take off their bulletproof vests.
Yes,
They take off their vests.
Off their bulletproof vests, and Crossbones is like, "Now it's personal."
Yeah, and they're wailing on each other. They're wailing, and then fucking suddenly, like, Crossbones keeps getting these digs in at Wolf Warrior's side, like really hard digs, and then Wolf Warrior like pushes him off, and he like grabs his side, and he takes his hand away, and he sees blood. And then he like looks at Crossbones, and Crossbones holds up his fist, and he's just got a knife,
Yeah.
a little blade poking straight through, and you're like, "Oh, you fucking cheating bastard!"
You cheating
Right?
fucking bastard.
And so then he like, again, like Wolf Warrior, because he's a fucking Wolf Warrior, dives straight back into the action. He's tussling with your man. Crossbones ends up on top of him.
Crossbones pulls another knife as well.
Yeah, pulls a second one, and he's got them both between his fists.
Kind of like Wolverine, but with just one.
Yeah, but just with one. And he's like, he's swinging and swinging. He gets Wolf Warrior down, right? He's got him pinned onto this like pipe, this like metal pipe, and it happens to be right beside this little window in the building through which like his lady friend and the little girl and like all the people inside can see, right? And he's like lying there, and Crossbones digs the knife right into his chest and twists it, and Wolf Warrior screams in agony.
Yeah.
And then
He's starting to like fade.
he's really like you're genuinely we thought he
We
was
were
gone.
like, he's dead.
He's
We
gone.
were like, they are just going to kill this character off.
Yeah, it really felt like it. And then Crossbones, this is actually where the line comes. Crossbones goes, "You're gonna die for these people." And he's like looking at the people in the room. He's like, "You're really gonna die for these people?" And then he says something about the woman, and then fucking Wolf Warrior rips off his necklace with the bullet on it, fixes it in between his fist, and drives it into your man's neck, and he flies off of him, and then Wolf Warrior ends up on top of him, and then he starts cutting into him, and then he's like, "Blood for blood," and then he fucking drives it into your man's temple.
Yeah.
He forces the bullet that killed his lover into his head and kills him. And it was fucking
That's your poetic
beautiful.
fucking justice.
That was poetic justice, man. Oh my god. I screamed with enjoyment, with satisfaction, man. It was beautiful.
We like, there was so many like pops in this movie.
Oh man, more pops than fucking WrestleMania. I swear to God.
Well, WrestleMania has been shit for a few years, but whatever. But yeah, more pops than any other movie I think I've ever watched.
Yeah,
we were just like, like freaking out.
So fucking hype. And then the fucking Wolf Warrior, like, then there's this beautiful scene at the end where all of the people that Wolf Warrior has saved, they all get into the like 3 or 4 trucks, and they're like driving, and then they get to a point in the road where they can hear gunfire up ahead, and they're like, okay, they stop their car.
Yeah.
And Wolf Warrior pulls up, and he like holds up his gun, and then he says something to the older Chinese guy, and the older Chinese guy like passes up the Chinese flag.
Yes.
And Wolf Warrior fixes it onto his arm like a sleeve, and just holds his arm in the air, and and he's like bangs on the truck, and they start driving forward, and he's holding his arm up, and the Chinese flag is blowing in the wind, and the people who were firing up ahead, they're like,
the military of this country.
The military, they're like, stop, they're Chinese, hold your fire, the Chinese, they're friends. And they're driving through, man.
And it's just
the wind, the flag is blowing in the wind. Everyone in the trucks throw their guns out of the trucks as they pull up.
I have some problems with China.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah,
like a lot of people, it's got its fair share of
fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But goddamn if it didn't bring a tear to my eye to see that flag fly.
Oh my god, man, it was so patriotic. I swear to God, man, I felt like such a proud Chinese man. It was beautiful.
I was proud to be Chinese
it
in
was
that moment.
so beautiful. It was moving. Like, it was really moving.
Yeah, there were some legitimately moving scenes in
Yeah.
this movie.
And then they pull into
In
the
Wolf
compound.
Warrior 2.
In Wolf Warrior 2, right? And then they pull into the compound, and then the fucking screen goes black, and it's beautiful. It's ending. And then you and I stand up. We start to applaud.
Well, I think this is our final point. This is the perfect place to end our discussion because we are nearly at an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is the perfect place
We're
to
talking
end.
about this for an hour and 20 minutes.
Good,
Go on.
good.
Yeah.
It deserves it.
It really does.
fucking deserves
I
it.
could keep going.
I
Go
oh
on.
yeah, I definitely could. But so yeah, credits roll.
We stand up, we applaud.
We applaud, and then we notice, oh wait, there's more.
There's a
Because
post-credit scene.
Wu Jing has been watching those Marvel movies, and he like, I want a piece of that. Also, Wolf Warrior for the Avengers. I'm fucking saying it now.
Man, he would be the best Avenger.
Hawkeye?
Yeah,
Get
fuck
the fuck
Hawkeye.
out.
Fuck Hawkeye.
Fucking
Warrior's
Wolf Warrior
a
is
million times.
so much better than
Wolf
Hawkeye.
Warrior is better at everything, including archery. He's
Dude,
like,
I want Wolf Warrior in fucking Avengers.
we need to start a petition for this, man. I would actually
Change.org.
love that shit.
Change.org.
Jesus.
We'll start that right after we finish recording this.
We'll get this going.
I'm actually
man.
going to do that. Put a link to it
I'll
in the
fucking
description.
sign it immediately. I don't give a fuck.
So then,
Cuts to this post-credit scene.
it's snowy mountains.
Yeah.
We're out in a blizzard.
Yeah.
There's a figure with some huskies. He's going through the snow.
Sledding. He's sledding through the snow.
He's sledding through the snow.
And his phone starts to
His
ring.
phone starts to ring.
And
And
he
notice, oh,
calls the dogs
that's
to
Wolf
stop.
Warrior's phone.
Dogs, stop. They all stop. He gets out. He pulls out the phone. And who is it, Brian?
It's his general. His old general who exiled him.
Yeah.
And we don't know what he
Which,
says.
Can I actually say, by the way, that's another fucking beautiful moment in the start of this film where Wolf Warrior is being put into prison, right? And it's like it's kind of cutting between him walking down to his cell and a shot of him having all of his military like uniform bits taken off of him, all of his medals. He's standing there while his general removes all of the medals. And Wolf Warrior, once he's been stripped of everything, he holds his arm up in a salute.
And he just keeps it.
He keeps it
Because
there
he's still loyal.
because he's still loyal. And the general grabs his hand and he pulls
Puts
it down.
and
He says, no.
tears. And like it's a really genuine like
Genuine
you
tears.
feel
his
his
eyes,
pain.
His eyes well up in tears, and then he does the like military turn, the sharp turn to the side, and the tears fly from his eyes.
Oh my god! And they're real tears.
They're
like,
real tears. And but that image of the military leader pulling down his salute and saying, "No,
so
you're
good.
not. You can't do that
You
anymore."
can't do that anymore.
It was powerful.
And the oh man, it was really good acting.
Yeah, it was genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really
Genuinely
emotional
really
scene.
good acting.
Yeah.
So, it's the general.
Mhm.
We don't know what he said. He was
No.
speaking Mandarin. We don't know a lick of Mandarin, in case you haven't noticed. But we managed to get the gist of it.
Mm.
The girlfriend who was killed by the bullet.
She's still alive.
She's still alive, which makes it quite awkward with the newfound love interest, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah.
Specifically in Wolf Warrior 3. And the logo for Wolf Warrior 3 fucking shows up on screen in an explosion.
Honestly, I swear to God, man, I'm not even exaggerating. It was as exciting to me as the end of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
When it goes, the story will continue in Back
Dude.
to the Future Part 2,
Dude.
or it will conclude in Back to the Future Part 3. And when I was a kid and I saw those for the first time, I got chills. And I got the same chills when that
I'm
logo
legitimately
flashed up.
so excited for
I'm
Wolf Warrior 3.
so hyped, man. I'm so hyped for it. I swear to God. I wish it came out in the cinemas here. Like,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Man, I'm so hyped for Wolf Warrior 3.
Oh, man. And, it was... there's so much we haven't touched on. There's so much
Well-
we haven't touched on.
I think we've touched on enough
Yeah.
to maybe have touched some hearts.
Oh, I hope so. Watch the
And
movie, guys, please. If you haven't and you listen to these spoilers, it's still worth it, man.
It's
There's
still
some
worth it. It's still
really
so
powerful shit
fucking
in there.
good. It's
Watch
so
it with
good.
someone, though. Do watch it with another person.
Watch it in a group.
Yeah.
I bet it would be great with like fucking
Yeah.
4 or 5 people.
Yeah, so that you can turn to someone and go, "Did you fucking see
fucking
that?
see
Oh my
that?"
God!"
It's one of those movies.
It really is.
It's a did you fucking see that movie?
Yeah.
Is that the end of spoilers?
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
say that's the
okay.
end of spoilers. What's the time?
Yeah, okay. 1:39:15.
Jesus Christ.
We're gonna take a short break because
I think we need it, man.
Yeah,
I'm
we
exhausted.
need it, and then we're gonna come back and do emails because we also have those.
Oh my God, we have emails and bullshit.
And
Jesus
bullshit. Yeah, this is
Christ.
gonna be a long
This is gonna be a
episode.
very long episode.
We will be back right now.
Very well done.
So yeah, let's get into our E major.
E major. Very good. By the way, just before we get into emails, I just want everyone to know that during the break, I recommended Wolf Warrior 2 to your parents.
Yeah.
Everyone should watch that movie. Okay, let's move on.
Also, just a quick side note that we should mention is that we didn't talk about like so much in this movie. There's so much still to see.
We were
Watch
talking
it.
about it during the break. All of the stuff we didn't mention, there's loads.
Yeah.
So watch it for real.
Okay. So, oh shit, the iPad's locked.
Oh no, it's all gone to
Stall for
shit.
time.
Ba-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Alright,
Ba-do-do-do-do-do. Okay.
You can stop.
Sorry.
Let me just.
Ba-do-do-do-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Our first email comes from Barry.
A word from Barry, ladies and
Ironic
gentlemen.
snap.
No.
The subject line says, "I am a lone wolf. I fail to procure food and die of starvation."
How fitting,
yes.
I would say.
Whoa.
Oh,
Damn.
man, this was meant to be.
Yeah. So he says, "Oshin and I are not at all in cahoots. I categorically deny these allegations. This press conference is over."
I did not have sexual relations.
I will break my silence only to confirm Oshin's statement that Mineta sucks from My Hero Academia. Brings the mood down every time he opens his loser pervert mouth. Only bad character, worst, horrible, shut up.
Very good.
Dara, I own all of Avatar The Last Airbender on DVD if you ever want to borrow it.
I do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Barry.
I'm a big fan. Possibly my all-time favorite TV show. Some absolutely fantastic character stuff in there. Never got past the first episode of Legend of Korra, though.
Ooh, interesting.
Interesting, yeah. I never watched Legend of Korra. I want to say halfway into Last Airbender and then fell off.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go back and watch it again now that I'm older and wiser.
Yeah. And more capable of taking in and appreciating a children's cartoon.
Yes. With my big adult brain. I'll do it so well in that kids TV show. With my-
Look, I hear that it's amazing. Like, I'm making a joke, but I hear it is.
Oh,
very
there's
good.
so many like kids shows that we love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Teen Titans.
Well, Teen Titans.
So
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
That description of Sword Art Online does sound awful, but curiously close to Overlord, another anime about a veteran MMO player winning every encounter, which I actually enjoy. Maybe there's a better sense of progression and stakes. Maybe it's because he's explicitly conquering this world as a villain. So his conquest is presented as more interesting than good. Or maybe it's just because he's a lich, and liches are fucking dope. Liches are dope.
liches are
I'm
dope.
probably going to check out Overlord just from that, like, 2 sentences.
Yeah, that fucking Adventure Time, another children's cartoon I
Oh.
quite like.
Ron Perlman.
Don't love it, but yeah,
Those lich monologues
they're
are
great.
so
man.
fucking good.
Like, a lot of that show is like nonsense, and it's
Filler,
it's a
just
bit
boring
hard.
ass filler.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to stomach all that stuff. But when it gets to the lich scenes, you're like, ooh,
Oh shit! This
yeah.
is like a real villain.
Yeah. When did this get serious? What's happening?
Way better than he's a lich and liches are fucking dope. Way better than boring anime boys. The main character in Sword Art Online is literally just a black-haired boring anime boy.
Typical.
Yeah. There's still a lot of dick wanting on the part of the entire female cast, and that can get pretty tiresome at points, but it's also at least a little funny because he does not actually possess a dick. So that's pretty funny.
That is good. I like that. That's a good twist.
And then he has a quote. They're making movie about Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn. That's really great. Directed by David Ayer. Okay, never mind. Maybe next time. That's, yeah.
Fair, very
That
fair.
is, it's Gotham City Sirens. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
I
Gotham City
forgot
Sirens.
the name.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, Gotham City Sirens. Yeah, if it's even being made anymore, it may well not be.
I checked.
Is it
I think
for real?
It is. Yeah.
Look. To be fair, no. I'll wait until you finish. Cause
he just closes off with "Have fun in Japan" and thank you, Barry. I will.
Awesome.
Assumedly.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much, Barry. Look, I totally hear your concerns, Barry. 100%. Suicide Squad was not very good, but I also think that those early trailers showed real potential. And some of the early concept art, some of the early concepts in general, the original script had a lot more emphasis on the kind of chaotic nature of Joker and Harley Quinn's relationship. There was a lot more of the possessive, monstrous side of it, the really dangerous side, which I would have really enjoyed a lot more.
The bit that makes it really weird when people are like relationship goals.
Yeah, exactly. and that, like, Suicide Squad enforces that idea rather than showing the relationship for what it really is, which is a fucking nightmare. But supposedly, Warner Brothers are like legitimately handing this film over to David Ayer. That's what they said.
Yeah.
When it was announced, they were like, "We're not going to interfere with this one." I don't think I believe
No,
them.
that's bullshit.
But if it were true, I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe he could turn out something a bit interesting. You never fucking know. Like, I think that he did have good ideas going into that first one. So
maybe we'll see. We'll see. Isn't Martin Scorsese
he's producing, the Joker,
fucking nothing,
the
probably.
fucking Romeo or whatever it's called.
Who's directing that?
Todd Phillips, the Hangover guy.
Weird.
Yeah, I know,
fucking
right?
weird.
And Joaquin Phoenix is playing the Joker. What's happening?
I think Joaquin Phoenix is a good actor.
Definitely, but what the fuck?
So weird.
It's so weird. I don't get it. It's such a weird.
But
shout.
I'll probably watch it.
I'll definitely watch it.
The fact that I'm like, this is fucking weird.
Maybe that's their new tactic. Maybe they're like, let's just make something so weird that everyone's gonna be like, well, I've got to fucking see that.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Are you on your third beer? How did you do that?
Because we talked a bunch about
yeah, I didn't notice
Wolf
at all.
Warrior.
I'm still on this one monster.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm nursing this bitch.
Corona's really easy to drink. It's so light.
Just ask fucking Vin Diesel or whatever.
Yeah, this episode is brought to you by Corona. It's not brought to you by Corona.
It's not. It's brought
Please
to you
don't
by
sue us,
Wolf
Corona.
Warrior 2.
Wolf fucking Warrior 2. And this episode won't get taken down with a copyright strike.
No.
Which I think that was that episode.
Well,
Wolf Warrior.
It was
Yeah,
Wolf Warrior.
yeah. No. That's a bad idea. I'm really happy with this episode, Dara. Don't fuck it up.
Sorry, it was too funny. I could not. Okay. That couldn't get us. Come on. I was so far away from the mic.
It won't.
Okay.
We're fine. So we have a new fan.
Yeah. New
messaging emailing us in. I forgot what an email was for a second. And the subject line just says new fan.
Yeah, well, accurate.
Accurate.
Yeah. Thank you for writing in, Katie. Yeah.
Yes, it's
Katie. Katie
who
Jacks,
wrote
yeah.
in. Again with the full names.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Whatever. No one can spell that by hearing it.
That's true. Hi guys. I feel like such a bad friend for never listening before just now.
She said that to me when she listened the first time. I was like, don't. No one listens. It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
You listen to it now.
Yeah, that's more than
automatically makes you a good friend.
Yeah.
Unlike some of our other friends.
Yeah, and you wrote in.
Yeah.
Austin.
Evan
listens to them all.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shout out to Evan for listening
thanks,
to
Evan.
us all. He's supporting.
He
us.
just started an Instagram.
Yeah.
With a really clever handle. I like it. It's Evan Human Musician.
That's pretty good because he's in a band called Human Music.
Yeah, it's good.
But I have to say I will be listening again. Super hilarious. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's really nice.
Oh.
Just on one point that Dara made about 13 Reasons Why. First off, I do think you should watch it for the sake of watching it. Not gonna lie, mostly what you said about it was pretty spot on. But it's an interesting series to analyze. And while season 1 is just a complete ball of bullshit, season 2 really does come into its own as a drama series. Apart from the last 2 episodes, along with an underwhelming finale. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to watch that show, to be honest.
I probably won't either. Look.
It's really, it's just not my cup of tea at all.
Just because it's such a big cultural phenomenon, I might try the first episode, but like I've said it a million times on this podcast that like I so rarely find the time to watch stuff that I'm not willing to like watch something just to see, you know.
Yeah. I'll let you storm that beach.
Yeah.
I've never skirted around the fact that I'm never going to watch that show.
To be honest, a big part of this podcast that I really like is that we get emails from people that are like, this show's amazing, watch this one for sure, you know? So if I'm getting recommended stuff like that, and then someone's like, oh, you should watch this because it's something to see.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I get you, but I don't know if I need to see it.
Yeah.
Especially just from what I've heard of it. It sounds a bit... difficult.
That bit that you told me, I don't think I really want to see that in a show focused on teenagers.
Right, and for what it's worth... No, never mind.
Never mind. We'll continue. Also, I would like to say, while I do understand people's frustrations with Sword Art Online, it truly is...
Never mind.
It truly is a beautiful and majestic anime. Probably the most well thought out series I have ever seen. At least that's what I would say if I was a fucking idiot. That's a good bait and switch. Yeah, everyone hates it because
hates it,
but it's so popular.
Everyone who listens to our show hates it,
but it's so popular.
Like,
it's doing so well.
I need to see an episode. Like, I am more curious about that than 13 Reasons Why.
They just released an online video game based on it. Yeah,
this is madness. I'd never heard of this thing until you brought it up like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and since then I've heard loads of people giving out stink about it.
Yeah. It sucks.
That fascinates me.
It is beyond me how a sister that is really a cousin falls in love with this hero and no one bats an eye. Also, yeah, that's a thing. That one of his main love interests is his sister, but actually his cousin. So it's cool. Also, not to mention the super creepy dude trying to marry a girl in a fucking coma against her will. No one asked for this show. Hope you both had an awesome week, and I'm looking forward to the next show. Peace, Katie. You're going to get that next show a little bit earlier than you expected.
Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, like a good RKO.
Because it's almost like we got to the start of this week and we're like, oh shit, we can't record on Saturday.
Yeah, fuck. What's gonna happen? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, Brian. I actually arranged to go up to Collection tonight.
Yeah.
I forgot that we were supposed to do this tonight, and then I had to rearrange and go up last night. So
yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, don't be. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
it's cool.
We had issues on Saturday and couldn't record. So,
but I'm glad that we did it today because
Wolf Warrior,
fucking
boy.
Yeah, that's interesting though. It's really I cannot get over how passionately people hate this show.
Yeah,
it's enticing me so much. I'm so curious. Whoa. I fucking may have broken the mic stand. No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. No, it doesn't.
But I am really fascinated by it.
Yeah.
Like, how bad could it possibly be? Like,
it's just
do you ever
horrible
get that?
writing.
Do you ever get that? Sometimes I'm lying in bed at night and I'm like trying to get to sleep or something, and I'm thinking about like bad movies and stuff, and I'm like, you know, how bad could a film really be? How bad could it be? And then I see a bad film and I'm like, oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
So right now I'm getting that with Sword Art Online. I'm like, how bad could it possibly be?
I'm like that with Adam Sandler movies, and I've seen most Adam Sandler movies, even the new ones.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, how bad could it be?
And then it's awful.
It's worse than I thought.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I saw there's one on Netflix now that they're like advertising again called The Week Of.
Yeah, I haven't watched that.
I
yet.
haven't watched it, but I saw it the other day, and
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry turned me off of Adam Sandler's. Even more, I was already turned off, but I was watching them for fun.
Yeah.
And then I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, and that just killed the fun.
Killed
for me.
It, ruined it.
I was like, that's it, it's dead now.
That's fair. I used to love that. I loved that film when I was young, but when I was young,
that film, like, that's a bad film.
But like when you're young though, gay people are funny. You know? Like,
yeah, but
like, and then you grow up and you're like, oh wait, no, it's actually not funny at all.
I'm 22 and I watched that movie and I'm like, Adam Sandler was like 40 when he wrote this.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know. And it's, you know what's weird about it is that I actually rewatched like half of it a little while ago because I was like, oh man, I used to love this film and I couldn't get through it. But It's like
There's a
it's
couple
weird.
of bits in there where he just drops the hard F word, and like you're like, oh
Yeah.
what the fuck?
You see that interests me though, right? Because and I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. It almost gets away with being like a gay pride film. It gets close to it, I'd say. It treads the line because it kind of shows homophobia in a really negative light. It shows it, and it's like, yeah, it's real. Look at all these people being homophobic.
There is one
then-
scene in that movie that would have worked if the entire rest of the movie had been rewritten as a serious movie. And I don't know if you'll remember it, but it's the bit where he's in the firehouse and no one will talk to him. And then he just goes off on one and he's like, who pulled you out of that fucking burning car?
Yeah,
Was
I
it-
do remember that. And he's like, oh yeah, it was that fucking faggot
Yeah.
who pulled you out of the fucking burning car, or
And it's
oh,
actually
that
like...
damn queer who saved your life or gave you all this money or some bullshit
And,
like
and
this.
you're watching it and you're like, oh damn, this would be good in any other movie if it like wasn't so... Like, if he didn't immediately fuck up that message in the next scene by being like, haha, gays, am I
Yeah,
right?
and you see, do you know what's weird about it as well? Is that, like, fundamentally, the film is about two guys taking advantage of the possibility for gay marriage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's kind of made to be like a gay pride film and like it's cool to be gay, but it's also like the protagonists are kind of mocking it.
Yes.
As a whole
like, the
thing.
whole movie.
Yeah, so it's really weird. It treads a really weird line, but it's like, it's also like...
I don't think it treads... I think it trips over the line
yeah,
quite a bit.
fucking...
Adam Sandler trips over the line, gets back up, trips over it again, and continues to do that for the entire movie.
Man, you saying that just reminded me of another dope thing from Wolf Warrior. I'm gonna leave it though.
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna leave it. God damn.
There's so many dope things
So
in Wolf
many
Warrior.
dope things,
That's a great
man.
movie. That is a great
Yeah.
gay pride movie.
It is, absolutely. It's nothing to
It's
do with
nothing to do with
homosexuality,
that,
but it's
but
amazing. Just
it's
watch
amazing.
it, please. Yeah.
I just want to keep talking about Wolf Warrior.
I know, man.
But we have
me
to do
too,
bullshit.
but we can't. Yeah. Oh, yeah, hang on. I better get the guitar.
Do you want to pick or?
No, I'm good. Don't worry. Actually, you know what? If it's right there, I may as well.
Oh wait, I should play along this with you.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, go for
What
it.
are the chords?
They're the jingle chords, bro. It's G, C, G. I don't know. I just play it. Like, you just watch.
All right, I'll try.
Yeah.
Let's just try.
Okay, it's from Brian as well.
Okay.
Right? Bullshit from Brian, bullshit from Brian. Hair like a lion, a curly haired lion. Bullshit from Brian, bullshit from Brian. No, I'm not lying. Time for bullshit from Brian. Yeah, see how easy that was?
Yeah, that was fine actually.
Yeah, I could not, even now, having just played it, I couldn't tell you the order in which those chords go.
I think we played that better than we
G,
play the
G.
intro most times.
Yeah, possibly, actually. That was
It's
improv.
it's G C G C D G and then
yeah,
yeah.
and see, it's just those three chords, but over and over again.
But you
in
can feel it. You
random
can
order.
feel where the
totally
changes
feel
are.
it.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah.
I
yeah.
knew you'd get it. Right.
So like I don't think there's anything else that we could possibly talk about right now that's not on the front of like everyone's minds.
Yeah.
It's fucking hot.
It's so warm, man. What's going on?
It's so hot all the time.
Oh man, for the past like week.
The roads are melting.
The
Grass
roads are
is
literally
dying.
melting.
Water's drying up.
I was listening to
Forests
the radio.
are
The
on
forests
fire.
are on fire in Ireland. I swear to God, I was listening to the radio this morning, and they were like, "Yeah, we're really worried that the forests are just gonna catch fire in Dublin. Hasn't rained in like a week. It hasn't rained in a week."
In Ireland.
In Ireland, man.
Ireland.
We're known for being a green country because it rains here all the time.
I had almost forgotten what clouds look like.
Yeah, legit, man. Legit. Like, look, it's got its plus sides, you know?
It's really nice.
It's really beautiful. It's really lovely being able to, like, leave the house without a winter coat on.
Yes,
You know, I'm
yeah.
liking that.
I'm liking being able to sit out in my back garden at night for like hours.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm not liking? Is, like, when I leave the house, right? If I'm, like, going over to Finn's house or something and it's, like, 4 p.m., I leave the house and I'm like, it's too warm to wear a jacket. and I'll like go to his house in like just a t-shirt or like a short sleeve shirt or something.
Yes.
And then I will leave his house at like 12 or 1 a.m. and I'll be like, okay, now it's kind of chilly,
it's a little
and I
bit
don't
too
have a
chilly.
jacket,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
have to cycle home. Like, I can't prepare for this fucking
And you're
weather.
cycling in the wind. And,
Yeah, I know. And look, don't get me wrong, it's a little bit refreshing because it's so fucking warm.
Yeah.
But I don't like that I can't predict it. You know,
I am-
can't plan for it. Like,
I have never been this like sweaty and like muggy.
I didn't know I sweat this much.
Yeah, I'm in
If
just
you-
a constant state. I always thought like I just don't sweat that much. No, turns out it just wasn't hot enough. I sweat a lot.
Man, like, look, I don't want to get too fucking gross here, but I'm going to.
Your balls are sweating really bad. Mine are too. It's nuts. It's
But
nuts.
oh, Jesus. No, I keep waking up. I keep waking up in a massive puddle of sweat.
Yes.
At like 5 a.m. And like consistently at 5 a.m. I don't know what it is about 5 a.m. If that's just the point at which my body's like, no, fuck this shit. We can't just sit here and pretend this isn't happening. Wake
Yeah.
up, dude. Move.
Yeah.
Get these blankets off you. I go to bed at night. I pull on the bedclothes. I'm like, ooh, that's too warm. And I push them off and I'm like, this feels weird.
Oh no, bedclothes are a distant memory for me. They're gone.
I
the
can't
sand
sleep
bedclothes.
without them on me. What I've been doing is like pulling them up over my legs and then leaving my torso totally exposed. But even then, if like my legs get too warm, my legs are sweating right now and I'm wearing shorts. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Man.
I don't get it. Well, no, I do get it. It's global warming.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like, it fucking snowed in March and now we're experiencing a heat wave that is potentially going to break the record for heat.
The world record.
No, the Irish record
Well,
for heat.
the world record for heat in Ireland.
Yeah, yeah, which apparently is only 33 point something degrees.
Yeah, I
Which
think it
blows
could
my
definitely. It's
mind.
been 30 like the last 3 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would be surprised if it didn't break it. If not during this week, then at some point over the summer, because like this heat wave is pretty extreme. But we've been getting like the way it's been going, and this is the way it's been going for a couple of years now. I've noticed the trend is that our summers come and we get like a week of like kind of shit weather where it's like raining and stuff, but it's still warm. And
Yeah.
then we get a week of like sun splitting the stones kind of weather. And it's been like that for maybe 2 or 3 years now. You know? Like
But
I don't think
never like this.
never like this. No, it's definitely getting more extreme with every year. But like it's crazy how you can see it happening, man. Like Ireland is not supposed to be like this.
No, I was saying, like I'm going to Japan in a week. I was like, I had that difference in like temperature is going to be so crazy.
Not
It's
anymore.
just not now.
No.
Like I'm
no.
pretty fucking prepared to go over there. It's
Yeah.
going to be pretty similar.
To be honest, the humidity might be a bit refreshing.
Yeah. It's just going to be like this heat but more humid.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of bullshit. I wanted that like you get there and you're like, "Oh my god, it's so hot. Guys, you won't believe this."
yeah.
But now I'll be like, "It's like 34 degrees." And you're like, "Same." It's like, yeah, it's really hot here too.
Yeah. I know, man. It's no good. I was sitting in that fucking shop in Dublin Street all day yesterday, 9 to 6. Man, that big window, it was like a magnifying glass, and I was like a helpless little ant. I swear to God, man, I was roasting. My manager came in at one point. He had to come down to pick up a bunch of shit that they were short on. He came down, and I was sorting through a delivery in a vest. And he
Yeah.
was like, Darry, I know it's torture, man, but you may put the shirt on. And I was like, Mikey, I'll put the shirt back on when I'm finished doing this delivery, because just like moving the boxes and like
Yeah,
opening them up
yeah,
and
yeah.
taking shit out of them was
And you were in the
killing
back,
me.
like you.
No, I wasn't. I was at the counter, but
Well
I
then-
couldn't, man. Because do you know what the problem was? Is that the reason I took off the shirt is because I was getting so sweaty
They
that it
should
was
have vests.
disgusting. Huh?
They should have vests.
They should have hail vests,
Yeah.
man, for sure. But you see, this is annoying me. Okay.
And then
you know
Hale
what?
could be the store where you go in and you're like, dude, this is crazy. All the people who work here have their guns out.
Yeah, man, one of my coworkers is ripped as fuck too.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, right?
Oh, you're pretty ripped as well. Like you've
Thank you
got
very
like
much.
decent arms.
I'm getting there. I've been absolutely stuffing myself the last
Yeah.
couple of days. It's been insane. It's been
Must be nice.
torture. No, it's been
No?
awful, especially in this heat, man. Eating all
Oh,
that food,
dude.
Jesus Christ, man. But
Yeah,
after
yeah.
we finish this now, I'm gonna eat all of this. I've got like a bunch of pasta
bowl
in
of
here.
pasta,
There's
like
like
a Tupperware
4
full of
pieces of
pasta.
chicken, 2 pieces of rasher. and then I'm gonna drink a fucking mass gainer shake as well. I have to do all that before going to bed, and I've already eaten KFC. And I had more popcorn chicken when your ma fucking gave it to me as well.
And
I ate it, and I drank another mass gainer shake earlier. But right, okay, here we go. The reason I stood up, by the way, I'm standing up.
Yeah,
ladies
you're
and
standing
gentlemen,
up. This is strange.
because I haven't complained about my job in a while. Okay, I haven't complained about my job in a little while. It's time to complain about my fucking
But
job.
you love your job.
I
though.
love
Let's
my
preface
job.
This
It's a
with,
great job.
It's a great job.
But they recently, right, and I was delighted about this at the time. Right, we used to just wear T-shirts, like these grey polo neck T-shirts that said "Hail" on them. And now we wear shirts and
you look
jumpers.
like a stand-up comedian. Right
Yeah, because I'm
now.
holding the microphone
You're holding the
cable
lead.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And you're kind of pacing.
I'm pacing a little bit.
Yeah.
I am. But I need the
need the-
movement if I'm gonna ramble. And thank you. He's pulling the table
move
back.
Table back a little bit there.
They gave us these fucking shirts and jumpers, man. And at the start, I was loving it. I was wearing a tie to work.
It was
I didn't
a
have to.
cold-ass winter.
Yeah, I was choosing to wear the tie because I was like, I feel sophisticated. Look at me and my, I'll help you. Do you need help with your vape, ma'am? But
Do you
now,
need help with your vape?
it's too fucking warm, man. It's way too warm. And my manager, Mikey, is like the shirts they gave us, they're incredibly ill-fitting. You've seen me in mine?
Yeah.
They're really baggy. They don't fit
you
well
just
at all.
Gotta get like a bunch of shirts and then hand them out. Yeah.
But Mikey is like, they don't fit well, so he won't wear the shirt without the jumper on. And so he's wearing the shirt and jumper
Whoa.
all day. All
What a
day in
hero.
that shop. I don't know how he's doing it. Adam, the other guy, the big ripped guy, refuses to wear the shirt and jumper at all. And so he's just wearing the big, heavy hail raincoat that they gave us. And he's wearing that all day. Because he won't be seen in the shirt and jumper.
These guys have crazy willpower.
I know, man. I'm dying in that shop all day. I'm just pacing up and down that short fucking counter. It's killing me.
And it's so not like anyone's. It's totally just like it's so hot outside.
It's like we can't take it. No one is. We Irish people are not built for this. Like we come from hundreds of years, like just generations upon generations of people who lived their entire lives in the rain.
Yeah.
Their whole lives.
We're rain
the
people.
rain and the wind. That's what we're built for. Look how fucking pale we are.
Oh, dude.
Man,
yeah.
we're pasty as fuck.
You were
not supposed
cutting
to be
my hair
like
today.
this.
I took my t-shirt off because I was like, "Fuck this! This is just not working."
Yeah.
And like, I'm like a ghost walking around. Like people are like you might see me in the back of an old photograph. You know, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, if you want to, you'll be able to see him with his shirt off on my Instagram if you want. I even censored the nipple.
It's okay. He censored the nipple.
Yeah, I kept it discreet.
Yeah.
Got to keep my Instagram PG, man. But
my big man booby nipple.
My man booby is hurting me like mad. We were brand practicing earlier today. I was talking about this. I was doing chest in the gym the other day, which is grand. It's usually grand, not a bother. But just having the guitar strap pull over like my left breast, it was like pulling it, and the pain of it was insane. After each song, I had to like take the guitar off and just hold it and rub my tit. Yeah. Like I had to massage the pain out of it. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta join a gym when I finish my holidays.
Yeah,
that's
the next thing. You should join Air Oak Gym, man. We could work out together.
I might join there's Mount Woolsey in Tullow.
Yeah,
it's really close.
It is really close. But I would love it if you joined Air Oak because it's only €80 for 3 months, which is really good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's a good gym. And we could be gym buddies. We could get ripped
Yeah,
together,
actually,
bro.
like having a gym buddy.
It makes a massive difference.
Yeah, maybe
Makes
I'll
a
do that
huge
actually.
difference.
Maybe I'll.
It would make a massive difference to both you and me. I need it too, to be honest.
Because like I could just like I can get in and out of town now. So like,
yeah. And I frequently, like in the gym, and like I very frequently find myself wanting to push more, but I'm like if I try to do another set of this, my arms might just stop halfway through and it'll just crush me. The bar will just crush me. So I have to stop. Whereas if I had someone there to spot me, that would be great. And you'd have someone there to spot you, you know.
I'd have someone there to be like, you should do these exercises now.
Yeah.
Like I have exercises that I did, but like it was all just with hand dumbbells.
Yeah.
And like I really don't know what I'm doing or my form and stuff. I'm always like, I feel like my form is off on some of these. Um,
I've gotten pretty good.
Like I
at
got some arm muscle
form.
from it, but like
Yeah.
really didn't get any results that I like. I worked out for quite a while and didn't get like the results that I wanted. So I think at this point you just gotta join a gym. Like,
Yeah,
there's
well,
no way around it.
that's how I've been feeling about not putting on weight. You know, because I've been in the gym for like 3 years now. For about 3 years, I've been like muscular, but like really slim, like super slim. Like there's nothing on me.
You've got like really low body fat.
Insanely
Yeah,
low, like
yeah.
8% or something, which is fucking bullshit. That's not acceptable. You know, like even like Austin, our friend Austin, he's like in shape, and
Yeah,
he's like
yeah.
14% body fat, and that's low. You know,
Yeah,
he's considered to be like a lean dude. I am like almost half that, and that's not okay. Like I need to put on weight.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And I'm fed up at this point. Like fucking 3 years of going to the gym, and I still weigh the same amount.
But you're cycling everywhere as well, and
I
that's
know.
like cardio out the door.
I
You
know.
know,
But I don't do any cardio in the gym because I know that I cycle everywhere anyway.
that's fair. Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So I know that I'm gonna get it. And this is a thing as well. I looked it up, right? I'm what is considered an ectomorph, right? Which just means that I'm like that's my body type. It means that I'm incredibly like low body fat percentage, and I find it hard to put on weight. And you know what a big reason for that is? And you might find this insane, but it makes perfect sense to me. Fidgeting. I fidget so much. I'm always moving. Even now when I'm talking to you, I'm constantly moving, and that burns calories, man.
Yeah,
I need to learn how to sit still. I can't do it. I'm constantly fucking playing with something or talking with my arms or my body. Like I gesture to and fro, you know. And
I'm like a lizard. I'll just stop for like 2 hours.
yeah.
I won't even blink.
Yeah, so that's something I need to
I'm really interested to see. I know I'll be like drinking beer and like eating whatever. But between like the generally like healthy food that like most meals in Japan are like rice.
Yeah,
and,
rice
like,
and fish and shit.
really low carb stuff.
Yeah.
Between that, not eat like snacking as much because I just the opportunity won't be there. Walking everywhere and sweating in the heat. I'm really interested to see if I like lose weight.
I'd be surprised if you didn't lose any, to be honest.
I'd be interested to see if I lost weight and
Yeah.
then maybe maintain that when I come back.
Yeah. I've been struggling between like 53 and 54 kg for maybe a month now.
That means nothing to me.
Basically, it means that I am like a little over 8 stone.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, and I've been trying to put on weight.
I feel like we're
for
the
a
same
long
height.
time. Yeah, we're about the same. I'd say you're a little taller.
I'm 11 stone.
You're 11
I'm
stone?
11 stone
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
And but you see, that's much more acceptable. Like, to be honest, I would rather be 11 stone than 8 stone.
But yeah.
You know? But like then again, if I was 11 stone, I would probably be 11 stone of muscle.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Like because
I am 11
it is
stone.
really hard for me to put on fat, like too hard.
I've got more muscle now than I had. But like my arms are a little bit bigger.
Yeah, and like muscle weighs more than fat
I've
anyway.
still got way too much fat. Got this big old beer belly on me.
We had an idea earlier for
Our band,
our band's first album cover should be us all oiled up. The idea came because I took off my shirt and started putting on
Oil.
sun cream. Oil. I was oiling myself up.
Before
I was putting
practice.
on the sun cream.
Yeah.
And we had the idea that our album cover would be like us all oiled up and we're shirtless, and I'm like holding your belly as if you're pregnant. And the album will be called What to Expect When You're Expecting.
Yeah. It's perfect.
I quite love the idea, to be honest.
We're at 2 hours and 12 minutes.
Wow.
That's
probably our longest chat, isn't it?
Yeah, it is definitely.
I
think that's a pretty good place to end it.
Absolutely.
But before we do that, there was a thing I wanted to do at the end of the Wolf Warrior 2 discussion that I forgot. I wanted to check the reviews.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Good
idea.
Like the Rotten Tomatoes.
The Rotten Tomatoes.
percentage.
I would like to see that, to be honest. Cause this
see
is
if we agree or disagree.
Yeah. To be honest, I find it unlikely that the internet is going to love this film as much as we did. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't
70% on Rotten
70%.
Tomatoes.
It deserves better than that.
44% on Metacritic.
What? That's fucking horrendous. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. That film deserves way better, man. That film was... there was so much heart to it, man. Fuck that. Fuck
Wolf
those
Warrior
people.
2 lectures you, pummels you, and then expects you to cheer. 25
Fuck.
out of 100.
Ugh.
While Wolf Warrior 2 is blandly generic more often than not. Man.
That stings. That stings.
We're coming
man.
for you, Roger Ebert. Oh, never mind. Somebody already got there. that dude's dead. But there's still all of the reviews still come under that name, or because that's what the site's called.
Oh yeah.
And it always struck me as a bit weird.
That they're pinning all this shit on a dead guy.
Yeah, it's like they're wearing his skin.
Yeah. But for what it's worth, maybe just maybe, right? The dialogue of the film actually lets it down.
Oh yeah, just don't watch it with dialogue.
Yeah, maybe actually if you understand what they're saying, then maybe it could be a bit generic. But because we were just focused on how exquisite it looked, it was an amazing film.
And the visual storytelling.
It's incredible. And
we've just fallen back into talking about it.
I know. And we
but I
could
was
for
talking
hours.
earlier about how we review movies too much like we review books and base it all around the writing when there are many more components to making a film, audio
Absolutely.
and visual.
Yeah.
And I think it's a bit weird how we all kind of focus on the writing, and that's what I think is so interesting about this show.
That's why I think we're so clever.
Is we're breaking down barriers. Because we liked Ghost in the Shell, the 2007 movie.
Yeah, or 2017.
17, yeah.
And everyone hated it.
Everyone hated it. We really liked it.
We really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because it looked great.
Looked great, sounded great.
Yeah.
You
It
know.
was really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you didn't know what was going on. It was pretty easy to follow, even
Just
though
take
there was no
the
dialogue.
fucking dialogue out of a movie,
Yeah.
and it improves it.
Yeah, in a lot of cases.
Some movies it really doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't make
But
that
I
much
don't
of a
think
difference at
those
all.
movies had any merit to begin
No, I
with.
don't think they did. But I honestly, if you're still listening to this, and I know we said it earlier, but I maintain, watch it with no subtitles, man. You'll get the plot. You will get the plot. You don't need the subtitles, and you will enjoy it more. I'm convinced of it, 100%. And I am going to watch this film again, definitely, and I'm definitely going to watch it without subtitles.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I'm probably going to watch it again. I'm going to sit Ali down because she wasn't here
idea.
today, and she watched the first one with us.
Yeah, I was
And-
thinking of fucking bringing. I want to show it to Finn.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a night where we all the lads sit round and watch Wolf Warrior 2, because I need people to see this shit.
But also, I'm really worried that they just wouldn't.
They might, maybe
Yeah,
wouldn't
because
click
they're
with
weird
them.
like that
Yeah,
sometimes.
they do suck. I
Yeah.
do hate our friends.
No, I love our friends.
I know.
But sometimes you show them stuff and they're like, "That's stupid."
Yeah, I don't know, man.
And
this
you're like,
this
"Ow,
was a
my
different type
soul."
of thing, though. I think I can't imagine
No, I
them
can't
not
imagine,
being
yeah.
impressed by that fucking action, like.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Holy fuck, that's a great action movie.
Yeah, it was exquisite.
Oh my god.
Like, it was so fucking exciting.
We're
Okay.
still talking
I
about
know,
Wolf
yeah, we
Warrior.
need to, I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah, that was Translation Lost
Yeah.
podcast.
You can find us at...
At TLostPod on Twitter. Translation Lost Podcast on Facebook. And you can ask us questions.
Yeah, ask us anything.
on our
man.
email. Like,
Yeah.
like you're thinking, like, man, I wonder who'd win in a fight between 6 chickens and the Pope. Just ask us. Like, 'cause
Pope's old and frail, man. You might be surprised by the answer.
you might. The
Yeah.
answer may surprise you.
Yeah.
We'll answer any questions
We
you've
will
got.
answer any questions. Absolutely anything, man. Do you have
Except
personal
for-
problems?
Except for that question.
Yeah, man, don't even come near us with that shit. What were you
You
thinking?
know what we're talking
You're
about.
fucking disgusting. Jesus.
Ask us to marry you.
Yeah, well,
Maybe one of us will say yes. Who knows? But you don't know which one.
I'm single. Who knows? Like, whatever. It's up in the air.
It could be either of us.
Right. We are Translation Lost, and we will be better at this next week.
Oh, wait. We can't end there.
Why?
Because next week I won't be here.
Oh, shit, that's right. Yeah, next week's going to be a bit exciting, guys. Things are going to be different. Yeah, so...
If it all works out.
Yeah.
This is a secret bit at the end if you stuck around after that.
Oh, my God, yeah. So,
We're so unorganized.
yeah, so hang on. Let me adjust this. We're Translation Lost, and things are going to be a little different next week.
Oh, shit! How do I...